here we go then. That very first match. EU East Week 5.
That mask? I've never seen that mask before. What the heck is that? It's sick.
Yeah, it's deceiving. It really looks like Usama.
Alright. Either way, Desarted, now he's playing the Air Polarax. Now, this is interesting because, you know, we've known Desarted for so long to be playing Shang Tsung, but definitely switched over to Sub-Zero in more recent times, and we're gonna have to see how he fares with Sub-Zero in this pick. You know, Jade being a pretty strong character in general, Omi obviously being a previous Sub-Zero main. Oh, that's a big drop opportunity right there from that max height down too. Helios.
Dance.
Keeps himself safe, but he's gonna get a punish straight away. Okay, he decided he's trying to stagger, get some pressure going. Challenge right there with the down one as he takes his turn back. Omi now fishing for a hit, looking with that down 4. Really good button from Jade.
This is Sub-Zero, don't forget about it. 1-4-2. There it is, into the fatal blow.
Just as you called it right there, just clipped the top of his head right there.
That's how it goes sometimes against Sub-Zero men.
Yeah. So, I mean, he honestly just like... I think it was scary enough with Omi fishing with the down 4s and stuff. Oh, he's definitely gonna get punished for that. No, he's not. Instantly hitting the floor and the down 2. Says get off of me, but gonna get punished for that glow. Down 1 glow twice now in the first game. Oh, overcommitment.
Good block.
Okay, Omi's gonna get that side switch. A little bit of the plus frames to work with. He's gonna pepper him with these down 4s, keeps him standing with the Delias, going in for more of that pressure. The throw escape from Desarted.
Staggers. Oh, he was looking for a standing 1 anti-cross-up, I think. So many staggers from Desarted, man. Back throw as well.
Yeah, but that roll was really good.
Is that enough? He's about 41%, Falcon.
I don't think he's dead, but it's going to be really good for Omi, cashing out as much damage as he could possibly get.
2% left, the glaives, for sure. Watch this. Uh-oh.
Oh my.
And the air-to-air. Wow, what a comeback.
That was a very well-played comeback from Omi, tying things up 1-1 between both these players. Using the full string right there, Desarted not ready to interrupt.
Oh, almost there with the back one with punish.
Okay, no follow-up on that last glaive. Desarted now sliding his way through his happiness. Down 1 check, gonna get the 4 throw over here. Now I think he still has that back throw to work with from earlier. The escape failed.
Oh wow! Woo! What a punish with the slide. Smart stuff.
Okay, forward 2 into slide straight away. Throws Omi out of the corner. Omi now gonna use that?
Now.
I think so. This is a dastardly
now
situation.
Now first light, baby!
The jump-ins. Is fishing right now, and the KB. Desarted doing pretty much what he needed to, you know, just staggering on the situation, kind of making Omi hesitant. And in the moment, he caught him hesitating, clipped him with the 4-2. Omi guessing wrong in the situation, and ultimately, yeah. I mean, either way, you also kind of had to watch out for the throw, because I'm more than sure he still had that back throw KB as well. So in that situation, it's really like, you know, overhead low or throw. Pretty tough one, but you know, I mean, Omi was playing that really well in general. I think Desarted kind of started to wake up a lot more in that final round, Mitsu. You know, he definitely came more alive, was looking a bit more patient, a little bit more confident with his staggers as well, playing his offense.
Trap Dungeon.
Straight rematch. Surely the same variation as well. You know, Delia's dance, one of those go-to abilities. I think that's fair to say. There it is again. So Omi on a mission to cause the upset and squeeze into that top 8. So work hard.
Yeah, but blocking that slide straight out the gate is definitely a good way to start things off. Omi now going on the pressure. No punish on the Delias right there. Playing the mind game. He's going to get a pickup. Okay, gets the breakaway straight away over here in this round. Instant jump 1, the 4-2 creeping ice, and Omi trying to get a whiff punish, but not going to work out. Jumps the slide. That really
this is a wild match.
Hey, Like,
there it is. He was looking for that for a long time. There's the monk.
really good anti-air, but challenge straight away on the glaive toss. Now, no amplified slide, so we're not going to see any of the retaliation against the projectile game, but slide right there. Checks again.
Surely not again.
He committed!
Oh, Falcon!
Oh, he just committed! Omi really wasn't expecting that. I'm very surprised that Omi got hit by the ice ball in general, but, you know, Disarded, capitalizing entirely on the situation, spent his fatal blow, got himself the round with a perfect robbery for himself,
He
you know?
did it raw, Falcon. He did it raw as well. But, to be fair, it was a bit smart because it was looking like a stagger.
That was definitely
stagger
not...
it on luck.
It's like, whether it was intentional or not, I'm not sure. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but...
Yeah.
It could have been a mistake confirmed for all we know, but either way, he got himself the round.
There's the slide again, man. Into the crushing blow, straight into it.
Spending it nice and early. Back to it, drops the combo. He's gonna get the back throw over here. Okay. Omi trying to fight himself in. He's got the plus frames. Not gonna get respected by Disarded. Keeps himself in the corner. Doesn't have much health to take away now for Omi. And there we go.
That's gonna be it.
Yep. Clean punish right there. Disarded now 2 games up over Omi. Now on his last legs over here in the winner's bracket. I appreciate that he still went for the full combo.
Yeah, stunning on him as well. Looking grim for Omi.
I mean, new character for Disarded. He seems pretty, you know, comfortable with how he's playing Sub-Zero for the most part. You know, obviously we're going to see, like, little bits of rust here and there, potentially, just because it's not Shang that we've been seeing him on for, like, such a long time. But he seems pretty good with the sub so far. You know, he's implementing his game plan pretty well. He's staggering a lot, and he's kind of playing in this very annoying way that Omi just can't quite pin him down. Oh, we're going to see the sub-mirror. Omi now.
How about that? Yeah, this is year 1 Omi. He's been a Sub-Zero player through and through. Going back to his roots.
Yeah.
He's currently down 0-2.
He's got a slightly different loadout, as you can see. Deep Freeze, Creeping Ice. So both players going to have that safety option, but the Polar Axe and the Rising Ice on the side of Disarded. Maybe the Amp Ice Ball could be something good in this matchup, but I'm not quite sure how it goes. Breakaway on the forward 4? Is that... I don't think that was intentional.
No. For sure. Must have been a mistake.
Okay, backs off. Whiff punish with the back 3 right there on that throw attempt. And then the forward 2 Rising Ice after those dashing ups. Like, I mean, he really just fished out for that, for the delay wake up over there. And a clean whiff punish as well. Disarded is in his head now.
Does he spend it? Surely not. Slides, 4% left.
Keep
To
it.
get out of the corner. Okay. Well, he got out of the corner and he got rid of the breakaway, but still, it's gonna be Disard's on match point.
Yeah, Disarded looking really strong right now. Omi looking a little shaky, I'm not gonna lie. Forward 2, Rising Ice again, just guessing wrong over there. The down 2, expecting the breakaway, but Omi now, he's gonna have to fight back a lot harder. We're seeing a lot of staggers at this point from both players. Wasn't ready for the confirm. This is really just a slugfest, back and forth. I mean, both players just scrapping at each other right now. Neither player landing a significant hit. The jump kick OS and the punish on the roll.
He was still there.
That should,
Is that death?
That should be death right here. Spending both.
There's no answer.
Yeah, I mean, he spent both of the Rising Ice amps as well. I wonder if he would have, you know, just went for it because it may be an easier route or something like that. But either way, Disarded going to make it significantly harder for Omi to even, you know, attempt to make it into the regional finals. As he advances on 3-0 with a pretty impressive Sub-Zero we're seeing for, you know, we haven't seen a lot.
You know, that makes things just so much more complicated as well, because I do believe it's going to be him, so Omi that is, either versus Vicious or Magic T, and that's a story in and of itself. So, you know, for him to stay in winners was very, very important. But, you know, let's talk a little bit about this whole thing that is the pro competition. Once again, this is the final week, week 8, but we had 8 weeks in total. You are currently watching the IKK, the Intercontinental Kombat, consisting of Europe East, Europe West, the Middle East, and Oceania. Oceania is all done and dusted. We have our top 8, but you know, we're looking to finalize the bracket right here. The top 8 makes it to the regional finals to play for $5,000. That is for the IKK and Liga Latina respectively. For the North American League, it's going to be a bit more, you know, tricky or a bit more special. The top 16 advances to the regional finals and be playing for $10,000. So that is 10K for America East and NA West, you know, happening I think next week, the final week for the American fellas. So, you know, there's a lot to play for, man, and these final matches really matter. And, you know, it's so interesting to me anyway to see, not the struggle, it's a bit mean to say, but, you know, to see who makes it at the end of the day, because once again, the story that is currently unfolding, you know, Mercer not making top 8, Sleeping Lion not making top 8 this week could hunt them really, man. It really comes down to maybe 3 more who could still qualify, and they can do nothing but watch.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're really just biting their nails, aren't they? Kind of hoping that these other people don't have as successful a run as they would need to potentially just to guarantee their spot in the finals. But at this point, I think anyone can perform in any way possible. I mean, we've got some really intense matches before us. I mean, Blood Eyes and Nivek. Now, we're basically taking a player that I did not know before Mortal Kombat 11, and that is Blood Eyes. Right now, I've seen Blood Eyes play a fair few amount of times throughout Open Series, throughout Pro Competition Online. Every single time I've seen Blood Eyes play, he's getting better and better. Nivek, on the other hand, we've known Nivek for a long time. Anyone who's been around on the scene for a while with NetherRealm games, you don't even need to be into NetherRealm games. Nivek's got footings in other departments as well, but you know, he's just that much of a solid OG when it comes to playing fighting games that we're now seeing this, you know, the Greek god that we saw do so much damage, especially in Mortal Kombat X, start to come back into the forefront over here in MK11 Year 2. Because, I mean, we saw Nivek at Final Combat. We can't forget the last IKK over there with this magnificent turn of events, beating Foxy and securing his spot over there. But really, now finds himself in the losers bracket. We've seen him a couple times over here in the Pro Comp Online, but he's going to have to face a significantly strong new school opponent, and that is Blood Eyes. You know, a really, really good Rain, really good Frost. Nivek most likely still playing, you know, things like Jackie, characters like Jackie. We've got potentially we could be seeing like a Cetrion or some other mystery picks, but ultimately, you know, we've seen Nivek play Spawn as well. Going forwards, hard to call anything, honestly.
It's interesting that you touched on, man. I think it was looking grim last season as well for Nivek. You know, he qualified for the IKK finals very early, I think back when he even played Cabal.
Oh my god, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Blood Eyes. Oh, no.
He did it for the stream. He did it for the stream, that's for sure. But even Nivek, hold on a minute. Kotal Khan?
Yeah, Nivek clearly taking a page out of Quark's book right there, fellow brother-in-arms, and yeah, a really strong Kotal player out there in Greece. Now, Nivek, we've seen him play Kotal before, but I wasn't really expecting him to pull it out right here. And Frost for Blood Eyes.
Shao Kahn was weak, and you're weaker.
You will soon be disabused of this notion.
I'll break you worse than he did.
Round 1.
Oh!
Was a bit rude, Frost, I'm not gonna lie, but that drip is definitely sick. I mean, that's a really cool shader. And starting things off, Nivek is gonna spend the breakaway over here, potentially to avoid... I mean, I'm not even sure I agree with that, to be honest. He's gonna get back some of the health over here with that sunlight. We're just seeing a bit of space control being established from Blood Eyes right now, using those projectiles, and Nivek being patient. Okay, the down 4 check air to air from Blood Eyes as well. He's gonna get the confirm with the microburst into the full screen knockdown, check him with the down back 2 as well. And the Ice Quake to close the gap. The 344, Nivek not blocking low over there. Blood Eye's gonna get a full confirm over here. Goes into the armor breaker 2 times just in case Nivek was gonna break. But the low again into the short hop. Now this is all Blood Eyes right here. The chip damage chewing through that last breath. That was just a very good sequence for Blood Eyes.
Just walking through him. The only victory there was Nivek making it out of the corner. Here comes Nivek though. Down 1 interruption.
Unblockable.
The tricky stuff.
Okay,
To the command grab. The first one. Count him.
yeah, we're gonna see 18% Blood Eye still in the corner. The down one, I'll wake up. Escape failed, really good situation for him now. Potentially, if he's able to work his way out of here, the down back 2 gonna clip Nivek out the air too.
Good block.
Okay, so we're seeing a normal throw. Right here, interruption!
Oh! Wake up button. Here comes Blood Eyes.
Okay, he's gonna spend the KB, get the launch over here. He's got the fatal blow still.
That's huge, Falcon. Hold on a minute.
It really is. This is gonna scale, but I still think it's death.
Hold on a minute. He needs about 49%. Does he get it? 10 more?
1050 HP. It might not be enough to kill. This is gonna scale a lot, and yeah.
Yeah, it's not killing. It's not killing. Wow, that did barely damage that fatal blow.
Okay, 35
Sunray.
seconds left on the clock. Nivek not being allowed to put out that Sunray because he knows he'll take a trade and try to get the KB,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
Blood Eyes being wise to it takes game number 1 with a very dominant performance, I must say, with Frost. We had some, you know, fighting back from Nivek right there, but ultimately, Blood Eyes had control throughout that first game. Yeah, it's honestly a surprising Kodal pick from Nivek as well. I wasn't
That's for
really
sure.
expecting him to go into it with this. I wonder if he's honestly just playing more Kodal nowadays anyway, and not quite playing the Jackie. But we'll have to see what he plays going forward. He's
Never
going to be
know with
playing that.
Nevik.
Yeah, he's going to stick to him.
Back to back. Interesting. You know, we didn't even get to talk about Nivik's situation really. He's currently at 7th. So you know, it would be definitely beneficial for Nivik to get 1, maybe 2 wins on the board. You know, in sets speaking.
Yeah, just
to just
secure it.
solidify his spot. Yeah, pretty much. Don't let math, bite you in the neck.
Yeah, exactly.
Fight.
Everyone here playing
Match
for
number
a lot.
2. Yeah, man, losers once again.
Okay, the back to Ice Augur gonna get confirmed as well. And the punish straight away is gonna get the launcher and end in the command grab. No breakaway from Blood Eyes right here. Gonna get himself tossed into this corner. So we're seeing that damage totem come out.
What a jump.
Blood Eyes now off all of that offensive bar. Nivek kept patiently waiting things out with Blood Eyes. Getting hit by the down one. Confirm right here. Both players really just going at each other's throats very quickly. You can see Nivek trying to pick up the pace of the game, trying to make it a lot scarier for Blood Eyes. Goes in for that wave dash to command grab.
Oh no, not again. The wake up buttons, and this time it's definitely gonna kill. If he doesn't drop it. Wait, what?
Yeah, didn't want to spend a fatal blow just yet. The down 2. Really good stuff. Spends the full string, I think, just trying to catch.
Wow.
I think Nivek didn't think he would go for it, but in that situation, the second hit's already plus. I don't think Nivek would have pressed. Okay, smoke
the
bomb.
smoke assist.
Great wave punish right
Big
there.
4-2.
Yeah. Seeing some drops though from Nivek. He's losing out on a lot of potential damage over here. Back one checks from Blood Eyes. Fishing with that down 2. No flawless block from Nivek, who's gonna go for a jump in, but a jump returned from Blood Eyes, gets the knockdown, and Nivek being wise to the lows this time around.
To air. Command grab. Amplification. Into the corner you go. What, the Sunray?
Okay, the flawless block did come out. No unblockable this time. Blood Eyes has a big mountain to climb, especially in the face of that sunlight. He's going to do as much as he can to try and keep Nivek out of it, but in all honesty, that is a pretty bleak round, and the air to air is going to do it.
Looking way better for Nivik.
Fight.
It's a totem. R2's blocked.
Yeah, gotta be careful. Nivek getting the launch. Forces the break away from Blood Eyes. Gets out 2 totems in that final moment. Right there, just before it went away.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
gonna hurt quite a bit. That's gonna hurt quite good.
Oh my god, 43.
43%. Sunray? There it is.
Challenge straight away from Blood Eyes. Nice catching the jump as well with the 4-2, but Nivek is going to get a lot of mileage from that neutral jump, and because of the extra sunlight damage, you know what? I don't even think he needed it, but closing it out with the amplified command grab, tying things up 1-1. Double sunlight, let's go.
Total Komp wins.
But yeah, Nivek looking really strong. I mean, a really good change of pace, I think. You know, we're seeing just little adaptations. Found himself clipped in that first round and gave Blood Eyes basically his entire health bar when he wasn't blocking 3-4-4s like, you know, lows. And we're seeing him block those now, kind of pick up the pace, use his movement a bit better. And just ultimately, he's able to cash out on these huge amounts of damage, which is not really something you're going to have access to with Frost outside of, you know, Fatal Blow KBs. It's going to be a lot harder.
So one apiece going into this. Once again, this is a loser situation. We skipped the first set of winners. And Blood Eye is looking somewhat comfortable on the leaderboard. Currently at 6th with 740 points. Nivik once again at 7th with 650. Once again, top 8 qualifies.
Fight.
Yeah, both these guys already in there right now, but looking to secure it a little bit further.
Yeah.
Okay, instant air-to-air right there from Blood Eyes. Good reaction on the jump in as well. Gets the jump over. He's looking for that 4-2 a lot now. Still fishing for it. Great trip guard though from Nivek.
Wow, really greedy with the totems.
Oh, he's gonna get KB'd over here because he came off that breakaway already. Blood Eye's now gonna cash out on the damage, get that corner carry as well.
Smart choice.
Uh-oh, confirmed from Nivek, but a big drop. Only a throw punish though, gonna take that 13%. Find himself backing off a little bit further into the corner. Nowhere to move. And down 2.
Oh no, what a drop. There was no breakaway for Blood Eyes. Nivik, he's got to tighten things up a bit here.
He really does. He's got to be cleaning up this execution because it is costing him a lot right now, and that meaty command grab did not work against the delay. Nivek getting punished swiftly. Blood Eyes taking that round for himself.
Fight.
Hey, punish.
There's the punish.
Good awareness as well to set out the totem on the breakaway. Not going to overcommit to anything. Challenge straight away on that disc right there. Not the Grand Discus, so Blood Eyes good matchup knowledge. And the down 2.
Wow, what did you see coming?
No idea. Could have got the trade combo just a little bit short on it, and Nivek gonna cash out on this KB right here. Drops the combo, then gets hit by the down 1. He went for the tick grab. It did not work out for him.
Another drop, man. Another drop from Nivik. He's leaving so much damage on the table.
It really is. Blood Eyes ended that combo a little bit early, fishing for the breakaway, but right now he's gonna keep him standing and just close this out. Nice and easy with that unbreakable damage. Blood Eyes now 2-1.
I mean, it's just a very unfortunate situation for Nivik. He's getting those hits, man. He's getting those ever so important hits. He's just dropping way too much. Could be a sign of, you know, total being a pocket character, so to speak.
Maybe, but we're definitely gonna have to see him tighten up. I mean, he could just be playing for fun, in all honesty, but I think he is playing, you know, the Codal with something in mind, and it's just these drops are costing him. They're really costing him. Especially when they're off of KBs, when they're off of good, like when they're coming from good decisions. You know, they're coming from really good trip guards with punishes. Just generally finding his hits, like he's playing well fundamentally, but his execution is letting him down so much right now.
He's just not in a situation to be playing for fun, so to speak, man. It's just too tight when it comes to the point. 7th place is not, you know, sitting comfortably.
I'll have to see if he can pull the rabbit out the hat right now, as Blood Eyes on set point with this game right here. Could potentially take this and eliminate Nivek from this week. Okay, interrupted straight away. Nice reaction from Blood Eyes.
So ready, Blood Eyes.
Oh no, the standing 3s double hits. Might have shimmied Nivek right there. That opens up. Blood Eyes ending. Gets nice Oki from that spin, the 2-2. Yeah, it was
There's one totem.
There is. Now that was also a good hit confirm from Nivek. Off that punish, the standing 3. Definitely looked for a combo just a little bit too short over there. Throw punish on the Sunray. He's barely losing any life.
Yeah, this is a good situation for Nivik.
Oh, commits to the full string. Blood Eye's getting clipped by it. Uncanny stuff.
Oh, here it is though.
Yeah, that hurts.
Drop it this time. Yeah. Totem out, amplification. What is it? 40? Almost. One totem.
That was great for Nivek too, because Blood Eyes did not have the breakaway, and that was a good combo to make sure he didn't drop. Oh, the fatal blow.
Oh man, the stagger into fatal blow not working, not active just yet. 11% left. There's a jump. Oh.
Okay, good challenge. The down ones and the throw gets red. Blood Eyes jumping himself into the corner, but securing himself the round. Now officially on set point. Just needs this round win. Nivek gonna have to try and answer back. This is losers. Lest we forget.
Just a bit too hesitant. He just was a bit too hesitant.
Okay, there's the
good pickup.
Goes for that nice knockdown setup as well. Oh my god, perfectly outspaces the up two. Excellent whip punish right there and a max combo right here, 38% and the knockdown +5. Nivek caught mashing trade situation and the back throw just to spice things up a little bit. Blood Eyes now only needs chip damage to close out this game, but Nivek full screen jumps his way straight into the projectiles and Blood Eyes takes it 3-1 over Nivek.
I mean, this could be very interesting for Nivik, man, because once again, 7th place, we don't know what's gonna happen between Vityaz and Magic T. Omi is still in the run. So, you know, if two people could squeeze their way into top 8 and overtake both Mercer and Nivik, man, that would be a tough one to swallow for Nivik.
Yeah, it really would be, but honestly, like, at this point, Nivek really just, you know, gave his performance, he knew what he was going in with, and whether or not he makes the top 8 for the regional finals really just depends on how things progress from here. But before we want to get into more action, we want to give a quick throw over to the Astro headsets right here. As you can see, we've been wearing throughout the pro competition online, astrogaming.com. the official audio partners of the pro competition. Be sure to visit them, check out their products as well, all Sony licensed products. Really good stuff, really comfortable headsets. And yeah, man, just shout outs to them because they've been powering this whole thing. Their continued support means everything to the world of competitive Mortal Kombat. We're all here to do what we love.
Very well said. Now, let's take a look at the bracket once again, and I think this set could be the most exciting one, round 1. It's going to be Vityaz versus Magic T. Now, Vityaz currently finding himself at the 10th spot in the leaderboards with 420 points. Magic T, on the other hand, is at 11th with 390. Straight up, whoever loses this is not going to make top 8 at the end of the regional finals, or at the start, I should say. Whoever, though, makes it a bit more further could easily overtake Mercer, man. I mean, Magic T just needs a 4th place finish. That would be 200 points. That would be enough. So he currently has at least 70 points for this week. You know, the worst he can finish is 7th. So that's 70 points. Not enough to make top 8s. He needs at least a 4th place finish. So he would need to beat, obviously, Vityaz and whoever, you know, loses between K-Top and Val. And he is in the top 8, I believe. Once again, don't quote me on that. But, you know,
I think you might be right.
This one is important. This one is important.
Yeah, I think you are right. But Vityaz, on the other hand, I think he only needs to make 5th. Right? Or something like that, where it would be a really good situation for Vityaz also to make the regional finals. But Magic T and Vityaz, both players that play characters we honestly don't see many places in such high numbers, you know? They're very few. But the players that play these characters in the competitive realm play them very well. And Magic T, you know, a solid representative of Noob Saibot and Baraka. Vityaz, on the other hand, excellent Sonya player from the Russian region.
Death knocks at your door.
I'm not afraid to answer.
You should be Sonya Blade. Round 1.
Oh, wow. Hold on a minute. You're right. If Vityaz wins this set, he overtakes Mercer and makes top 8.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge win as well for Vityaz.
Wow.
Now Sonya Blade over here. Vityaz playing the neutral out with these rings. Just kind of playing it really patient, making Magic T want to approach him, forcing that in, trying to check the slides with this really close range as well to stop that in the startup, but this is really going to be a patience-based game for Magic T. Gets a favorable trade for himself with that Ghost Ball.
Lots of zoning so far, man. Slow match.
Oh, and
Speaking of which, there is the back one.
Instantly clipped as well, uses the down 2. And this time we're going to see a confirm straight into the ass whoop and spends the bar as well, knocks him a little bit further back into the drop kick, closes things out. Vityaz with a really strong round number 1.
Round 2, fight.
Movie skin Sonya as well.
Yeah, I mean this is going to be what, you know, Magic T expected. It's going to be a lot of walking Sonya down, you know, a very fast recovery on those rings. He's going to be walking her down, and right now he's kind of getting himself clipped by a few stray hits over here. Vityaz now using these standing 3 staggers, pressing all these buttons, down 3 into the rings as well, and opening back up the space.
No fear. Wow.
Okay, the counter hit.
Okay. Comes Magic T.
See that?
Oh, in there from downtown with the interactable.
Now this kind of sucks for Magic T because the most damage he gets with that slide ender knocks Vityaz into a space he wants to be at. But to confirm into the teleport, the breakaway used for Vityaz has the fatal blow on both players, and the 1, 3, 4 straight into the fatal blow is all that Vityaz needs.
So Vityaz striking first blood in this ever so important losers round 1 match.
Sonya wins.
They're looking really
Boy,
strong,
oh boy.
honestly. I mean, we see a lot of really good Sonya players. You know, we've been honestly spoiled, I think, as a scene with these players that have come out the woodwork, especially since Sonya hasn't been as good as she was, you know, in year 1. Where where players that have stuck to the character, you know, we've got your Big Daddy G's over in North America, we've got your Azerbaijans over there in Azerbaijan, and we've got like OP as well in EU West. It's like we just have really good representation of Vityaz over here as well. All 4 of these players just really explosive, but also they play similar but different. You know, all in their own respective ways. Vityaz is, I can see what he's doing. He really wants Magic T to approach him, just walk him down, but then he's using that annoying drop kick. He's ready to check him instantly with back ones if he finds him kind of a bit too confident in that space to check his movement, or check dashes, and then really just open up that space again and go back to the same game plan. And Magic T now hovering his options.
Potentially another noob. What was that skin? What is that skin? He looks like Deep Throat from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
He's thinking, oh, show me some Baraka for sure. Yes,
This
sir,
is what we like
the
to see.
Savage. The Savage. The question is, what variation is it going to be?
Tarkatan King right here. No, I'm a very big Baraka fan, to be honest. I think he's just a sick character, but he doesn't get played enough. This is just V1 Baraka, though. This is Marauder, right? We've got Baraka Barrage, which I believe is just his extended pokes, and then we got Gutted.
Yep.
So he's gonna be rocking it old school right here with this variation of Baraka. Yeah, this is an early days one right here.
Like 2019 all over again.
Okay, you can see. But he's picked another character that lets him walk down. You can see there. He was really waiting for that ring, was confident in it, and used that extended range on that jumping to get the hit. But Vityaz with a nice bit of tech right there. Good matchup knowledge. The takedown. The short hop 3. Once again, opening back up that space. Trying to clip Magic T, walking in, gets hit by the KB. 25%. And then checked with the mid, trying to duck at that space. Vityaz controlling the neutral very well with these rings, making it really hard for Magic T to even try and approach him. Very effective game plan, and this is a very important win if he's able to get it for Vityaz. A +1. Magic T on the offense. 1-3-4 into ass whooping Vityaz now, playing with this space, a jump over from Magic T with a full string, letting him run away entirely. Let's get a flawless block on that drone drop. The air to where he's using that down 2, fishing for that breakaway, but Magic T not going to bite over there. You can see him using these extended pokes to try and challenge Vityaz on the approach, but a little bit harder. Going to confirm into the energy rings. Vityaz now doesn't have a lot of life to get rid of from Magic T, and the cancel into forward throw is going to do it. Reverse stunner and takes off the head. Very clean performance.
You know, that was still so dangerous, but once again, man, Baraka, the minute he catches you with the gutted, especially with the Fatal Blow loaded, that's easily 50%. Not happening. Vityaz with the tricky cancel into the grab. It's looking mighty grim for the Cinderella story for Magic T.
Yeah, now, I'm sure there's a lot of people in chat that are over here rooting for their boy. Magic T. He's got a very active community and, you know, super sound dude as well. So, if you're there with him, show him your support, because this is going to be a tight one to win. Vityaz has been playing super on point. Now with that 2-0 lead, it's looking pretty good for him at the moment. I mean, Magic T picked 2 characters that, in all honesty, struggle at, like, approaching you, you know, from the ground. Noob Saibot and Baraka. A character's not known to have excellent, like, walking speeds or forward advancement or anything like that. Magic T now ready to rock with his 3rd character, and your personal favorite, am I right, Mitsu?
Yes, sir. Scorpion. Let's see the variation. Yeah, no surprises there. Hellflame, though. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me take that back.
The real Hanzo? Is he the real Hanzo?
Interesting.
Round 1. Fight.
Shades of Infernal Scorpion.
Yeah,
to a certain extent,
jump
anyway.
Too? I'm not sure what that one was right there, but instantly punished for 25%. Not the best way to start off this round. The down 3 check. Short hop to just challenge. It's a nice flawless buck reversal from Vityaz. No commitment, and an empty short hop into that forward throw. Vityaz now has the health lead to work with, and a pretty good one at that. Full commitment into the down 2 against the breakaway. Ooh, baited the flawless block. Magic T is in a tight situation in this round. The real Hanzo throwing out those fireballs. This is what we like to see. Hellflame, but the drone drop to destroy.
He didn't even have enough defensive bar to take that chip. It's going to be match point Vityaz, a crucial match point.
Very important one indeed. You're seeing Magic T just playing with the space, walking himself into the corner. Down 4 check, opens up that space again, but unable to get much more out of it. Has himself in the corner against Sonya Blade, a scary position to be in, but the micro duck. Combo. Okay. Magic T now starting to get something on the board for himself. Forward 4 check. Just playing with the space, trying to get Vityaz to do something, trying to overcommit to something, and he's definitely looking out for the whip punishes. Raw teleport, and then back 3 check. Oh, very late up too on that. I like that. Still managed to find himself the punish. And Magic T now in the driver's seat with that down 1 check to secure himself this round, keeping himself alive in this loser's round 1 set.
How about that? Gets the grab as well. Magic T looking like a new player. All of a sudden, the forward 4 into the spear, the tricky stuff.
Happened again. It's 2 for 2 now that Vityaz has fallen for that after 1 flawless block reversal in the beginning. Magic T now, yep, knows Vityaz was expecting the micro duck, goes for that slightly delayed throw. The up 2 from Vityaz, disrespectful on wake up, but called him out.
Standing 1 on the back 3, yeah.
Didn't want to overcommit to the string as well. Caught straight out the startup of the ring. Magic T cashing out on big damage right here. Late breakaway from Vityaz.
Hit up throw though, double fatal blow. What's gonna be? Overhead block, yeah, and the throw reversal. Magic T officially on the board. The dream is not dead just yet.
The Scorpion switch definitely helping him out right there, as he was showing a lot of, you know, patience and good reads and stuff like that when he was playing Noob and Baraka, but ultimately couldn't get his game started. Now, He's got that game on the board for himself. I'm sure he's feeling himself a little bit, probably feeling pretty good about that win, pretty chuffed. Vitchess, on the other hand, going to have to make sure this reverse sweep doesn't happen. Was playing pretty solid throughout anyway, but ultimately, that was a pretty neck-and-neck situation, Mitsu.
It's a star, man. It's a star. What's Vitch's answer going to be? The character, perhaps? Not looking like it.
I think we can expect to see Vitchess just, sticking with the Sonya Blade. I think it's very unlikely that we would see them switch, but to be honest, I mean, in this matchup, I don't really know if it's particularly in anyone's favor. I mean, Hellflame is certainly an interesting choice of specials to take in this kind of loadout, but Hellport Cancel is good. We're seeing Magic T just kind of do, like, Scorpion things. A lot of staggers, a lot of, like, playing with the space, a lot of using spears at, like, ranges where it's going to be, like, nigh impossible to punish for Sonya.
Wow, no zoning just yet for Vitchess. Really pressing the attack here.
Yeah, over commitment though. I respect it. Has the health lead, has the breakaway.
Good flawless block. Nothing afterwards. Good blocks as well. Here comes the throw.
Yeah, now the staggers once again. Forward throw this time. He's gonna have the Oki from this in mid-screen. 2-1 plus frames challenged by Vitchess. Down 2 by Magic T. Flawless block by Vitchess. This is going blow for blow right here into the KB. Oh, he showed him the sandals, but he drops the combo to connect. Oh my god, Mitsu. Oh, what just happened?
That could have been... Couldn't that have been death? I mean, he had 2 bars, I believe.
Yeah.
He had Fatal Blow. There was so many possibilities that he just probably tilted.
100% he could have killed him. A 950 HP Sonya still, by the way. That was definitely death. That was a really important drop for Magic T. He was going to have to fight back a lot harder. Has Vitchess in the corner without breakaway.
So many individual hits connecting for Vitchess. Up 3.
Okay, overhead, no commitment. Short hop 3, Vitchess. Right now, flawless block reversal by Magic T. The 1-1 check instantly challenged. The 3-3 takedown ending in the brutality. You see those eyeballs pop right out of Hanzo's head as Vitchess moves on 3-1.
I mean, that drop was just...
That was a heartbreaker right there for Mr. Magic T, man. That was a really, really tough one to swallow because that was the round. That was for sure the round. But I mean, we've all been there, right? Where forward 3-4, you get the special cancel window on it. It's just a little bit funky sometimes. Yeah, we've been there. I feel your pain, Magic T, but not to this magnitude. So commiserations to him. Still had a magnificent performance, throughout the pro competition online. But we'll have to see how the rest of things pan out with the other players, of course, and how this leaderboard eventually turns out. But that was a really good set, Betsu.
It was. We saw 3 characters: Snoop Sabot, Baraka, and finally Scorpion. Hellflame as well. That's definitely a custom move you don't see every day. So once again, shades of Inferno Scorpion, but a little bit too late. Unfortunately, that means that Magic T will officially not make the regional finals. Well, this season anyway. Maybe, in a future season, another game, whatever, but not at the IKK season. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be seeing more of Magic T throughout regardless, but we have more action to get through throughout the entirety of the day over here at Week 8 with the IKK. Before we get into all that, we want to give a quick shout-out once again to PS4 Tournaments Open Series right here. So if you are looking to get your foot in the door, take part in things like these guys have been doing over here, just head over to compete.playstation.com. If you want to be part of the action, make yourself a top 8 spot, grab yourself the bag, play from the comfort of your own home, entirely COVID safe. That's the glory of it. Utilizing a netcode that allows us to play from there. And as you can see right there, the merch store over on Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat, where you can rep your realm, get yourself some cool swag for all the relevant regions that you're from for the pro competition online, or if you want those character themed shirts as well that you can see over there on the right. Be sure to rep your realm and really just, you get something for we've got like North American League shirts, Intercontinental, and Liga Latina. It's pretty cool. So have a look. See if you find anything interesting. And Mitsu, man, these sets that we've had, just so far. I mean, just so far, it's been ridiculous.
Once again, that final set was a very interesting one because I think Viciaz has confirmed his spot so far anyway. Right now, he's at the top 8. If everything stays put. But, you know, I don't know the situation between Omi and Blood Ice. How is that going to play out?
Dude, that's a loser's bracket. Like, match between the only 2 Turkish representatives that we ever have in either the Open Series or in pro competition. And to think that Omi, if he wants to win this, he's going to have to take down his homie Blood Eyes. Blood Eyes, on the other hand, he's out here to deny any chance of being overtaken and guarantee a spot in that top 8. But man, oh man, I mean, Viciaz as well, sitting comfortably over there in Losers Round 2 after such a good performance. Disarded, we haven't even spoken about much. I mean, he had a really good performance with his new Sub-Zero earlier on. Is sitting so comfortably in the winners finals.
He's just too good. He's just too good for us to be speaking about him in this, you know, final week. Currently at 2nd place with almost 1,300 points. You know, it's currently not worth it, man. Let's keep that for, you know, the finals. But, you know, we have our final match for round 1. It's going to be a winner's match between K-Top versus Vel. You know, speaking of, you know, spoiling the party there, K-Top is on a mission, man. He just wants to deny victory left and right.
Yeah, dude.
First seed.
So Viciaz had a really good performance, right? We know that he's in a good position to make the regional finals, but he's gonna have to play against the loser of these 2. We've seen Viciaz and Val go absolutely blow for blow before, neck and neck, really, really tight situations, and these guys have clearly played against each other a lot, right? But K-Top, you know, it's hard to see him really dropping down into the losers at this stage of the tournament. But we're seeing the Terminator pick that we don't get to see too often, considering we see a lot of Jackie. But now that he's sitting comfortably in that spot, he has it secured, probably just messing about with some characters, you know, having some fun.
Well, essentially, if you want to do it, just don't do it at the finals. Do it here. Or, you know, have that safety cushion.
Pledge loyalty to your new empress.
I'm not programmed to obey you.
You will submit, Terminator.
Round 1. Fight.
Fair enough. Instantly with the teleport.
Oh, I get start things off very ballsy right there. 4-2 into the Running Man takedown. A lot of respect being shown by Val over here. Now, Val, in my opinion, one of the star Sindel players of Europe in its entirety throughout East and West. Has been a really, really solid player throughout and is always pulling out new things out of the bag. So we're going to have to see how he fares against K-Top's Terminator right here. Game number 1. Gets a nice confirm. Ends in that hair flip. Ooh, I wonder if that was a cheeky, like, soft meaty setup.
There's the overhead. Potentially one more mix and you're dead.
And not gonna go for
patience.
it. K-Top's got like the Sub-Zero-esque 4-2 Fatal Blow on deck, right?
Yeah.
he's totally got 50-50 into Fatal Blow right here, but Val trying to deny it. Monk out the teleport. Never thought I'd say those words in that order, but here we are in the 4-4 up 3 to close out the round.
Round 2.
Well, taking a spot. Plates denying K-Top the robbery.
Okay, Banshee Scream, fishing for that KB.
Where is he?
Gonna hold on that teleport. K-Top playing a bit of that runaway game, checked on the dash with that 1-2-1. 4-2 blocked. Okay, K-Top now, he's got a good position to work with. He's got Val over here in the corner, but instantly challenged out the Running Man.
Oh, the trade combo though! Wow, Restand City. Another one.
Oh, just no confirms, just neutral jumps for days. We're out here playing MKX now.
Fight.
Vel, so, you know, stubborn. Just going with the anti-airs.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Okay, keeps him standing over there. Minor plus frames to work with.
Oh, did you see that down 2 shotgun?
That was such a bait right there from Val. Got a clean whiff punish on it. K-Top now fighting his way out the corner. We're over here getting back towards the mid-screen, but Val now using that Air Banshee to try and close the space. Banshee Scream not going to work out for him. Oh, the flawless block with no proper punish.
Just a poke. Interruption again on that overhead. Val seems ready. Word 4 as well.
Oh,
Wow.
right in the final moment of that teleport is a little bit too antsy right there from K-Top to try and get himself out the corner and got clipped by the Banshee Scream. Val taking game number 1.
With the brutality as well. So the question is really, will he stick with Terminator? Because once again, I don't think we've ever seen his Terminator in this season anyway.
I'm pretty sure, like, you know, he's messed about with Terminator and stuff like that, and we've seen it like a couple times, but never to a level that his Jackie's at.
At the pro competition we've seen him?
I think so. I have a feeling he played Terminator the last time that he was on. But yeah, because it's very in my memory, like, it's not strange to me seeing K-Top play Terminator, but K-Top playing Cabal, of all characters, I mean, makes total sense to me. In all honesty, I haven't seen K-Top play Cabal, but it makes a lot of sense. We're seeing Slight Gas and Hook Grab. I mean, it's, you know, the pretty patented Cabal variation at this point, an incredibly strong loadout using the Slight Gas, and in all honesty, it kind of lets him do things like he does with Jackie, right? Air Banshee straight away from Val, gonna open up that space. Give some full screen buzzsaw trade. I wonder if K-Top can actually get a trade situation into a Nomad dash off that. Okay, anti-air straight away from Val. Good reaction. That's a tricky thing to do. Cancelled on the what the court top into the Nomad dash. Grab gets the ender, goes for the meaty, but Val delaying the wake up. Going for the button straight afterwards. K-Top just came back with his breakaway, but not even gonna matter. Into the KB with the wake up back one too.
What a combo, man! It's gonna be.
Oh,
yeah, and the fatal blow. The question was, who was gonna hit it first, man?
That was really smart from Val, just using that back roll. And the moment that K-Top's button whiffed and he couldn't get a cancel to jail, Val seized full opportunity, or he just completely, you know, seized the opportunity right there. Spent the fatal blow, pulled both those triggers, got himself the round. Looking really good so far, but jump kick confirmed into the Nomad dash, gets the corner carry.
Good confirm as well. Just the turn of the string, back to back.
Val right now just absolutely bullying K-Top with this 1-1. Unfortunate side switch for him. Has himself in the corner now, not the best of situations. Okay, great anti-air, confirmed into the hair flip, gets the extension, but drops the combo. I think it was a 2-3, it came out a little bit too fast. Oh, that's a very strange still
Surely
frame.
not. Surely not.
Oh, stop it.
Oh no. Both have left the game. Okay, that's gonna be an interesting one to rule, especially that deep into the game. Both have left, right, just, you know, stay tuned as we figure that situation out. But I think the Cabal definitely making more sense so far, and it was looking better anyway for K-Top other than the Terminator. I think that's fair to say.
I wonder if he's trying new characters, or if he's trying things in a competitive setting to really see like how these characters fare. Because I'm not too sure. Obviously, we've seen when K-Top wants to sweat, K-Top is going to be playing Jackie.
Right.
And ultimately, we're seeing Terminator, which I'm more than sure I've seen K-Top play before. But the Cabal, very hot topic character right now, in all honesty. I mean, since Ultimate's dropped, Cabal's always been one of those characters that is like regarded as one of the winners of Ultimate. You know, has in every kind of like patch thus far with Mortal Kombat 11, Cabal's kind of just gradually had benefits that have come throughout time. V3 gave him, you know, a super strong variation over there. He had a really good universal armor break as well when armor breaks were introduced into the game. And then with customs having Slight Gas kind of taking away that disadvantage of his ground-based mobility, it helped a lot. And we're seeing just so many different things come out of the woodworks, and so many people play in this way that is just so high octane, high pressure with the character and with that variation that is really just kind of like what we saw from, you know, Jackie throughout the entire upgraded era, so to speak.
So, just a small update for those of you at home. Actually, the players did not lose connection. It was pretty much us who lost connection. So, K-Top was winning that game, and he won that game. You know, it's finished properly. So, I think that is a 1-1 situation, Falcon. If not, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, I believe that would be a 1-1.
Once again, don't quote us on anything we say, you know. Take everything with a grain of salt, but we should have the rest of the sets momentarily. But, you know, I was looking at my notes, and, you know, you were talking about how he might be trying something in a competitive setting. Makes total sense, because no matter what happens today, he's still keeping his first seed.
It's a really good bit of experience, right? Maybe he's he's like he might be like concocting something new for the regional finals that people just wouldn't be expecting much. Maybe he's just testing the waters with some things right now to possibly throw some people off. Who knows what K-Top's like real plan is? All we know is he's here to be an absolute menace in this bracket, and he's pretty much been doing that, you know. And but generally speaking, I mean, Val's been playing pretty good throughout. He's always been playing pretty damn well. We're seeing really good performances come from him. And Sindel Loyalist, just both him and Vichas are they play for, I think it's the same team or the same clan, but you can see both these guys kind of play in this very they're very reactionary. They're very knowledgeable in their matchup. They know their like what their matchup knowledge is very good because they know their character specific tech against other characters, and I just see these names pop up quite a lot, and I think these two players are definitely players to look out for.
That's for sure, man. Once again, they both are confirmed. I think that is definitely safe to say for the regional finals to play once again for $5,000. Dates and all of that times will be available at NRS Esports official Twitter account. So, you know, make sure to follow that to be up to date with everything involving the pro competition going forward for the regional finals. We still have the final week for, I think, both NA and Liga Latina. So, you know, only really by the end of this Sunday, the IKK will be done and dusted. So that is Oceania and a EU East, West, and of course the Middle East. Other than that, man, the story is still there up there to tell, you know, whoever, there's still places up for grabs for the top 8. You know, we already for this particular week said goodbye to Magic T, so he won't be making top 8. Vichas all of a sudden looking good. Nivik and Omi, I think, are still, you know,
most of the people in the top 8 are like already qualified. Right?
Yes.
Like they're already in that position. So that just made it infinitely more difficult. I mean, the real problem, I think, came from the fact that like the people who really needed the more points just didn't qualify for the top 8. And that's where the tough part is. Because then you're really riding on these people that do need the points, that did manage to qualify into the top 8, are definitely starting to make the most out of the opportunity given the circumstances. And Vichas is one of those players that I think is, you know, on that road right now. But yeah, we're just going to have the gameplay back with you guys as soon as we're able to. Score between both these guys is 2-1 to Val.
Yeah. We have an update. So the first, or, you know, the first interruption was won by K-Top. So it was a 1-1 situation. Yeah. Now, the set is still continuing, and Val took that one. So it's currently 2-1 in Val's favor. Once again, that is winners round 1. So anything goes, really. But we do have this set right in front of us, so thank you very much for your patience. Let's get back to work.
Much appreciated as we're here right now. Val, he just needs to win this game if he wants to drop K-Top down into the loser's bracket. K-Top not switching to Jackie. Has just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna stay with Cabal. He has himself the 1 win, but he's gonna have to stay on Cabal for the remainder of this set. So we'll have to see if he's able to pull it off, or if Val can secure himself a nice spot against Disarded moving forwards in the winners. Okay, we're gonna have some Oki over here in mid-screen to work with. Instant jump 1 right there. Clean confirm on that forward 2-2. Now K-Top, he's gonna push Val into this corner for a nice 28%. Val gets opened up by that jump kick. I wonder what that one was. K-Top getting so much damage off of that, 38%. Oh no.
That's just rough. That is just rough, man. That's straight up rough. So, once again, we have a 2-1 situation. in favor of Vel. So that is the fourth set that was for fourth match, excuse me, that was happening in front of our eyes. Was looking very good for Komp, so for K-Top, and I do believe that that game is still happening. Once again, don't quote me on that. Just as a reminder, don't quote me on anything I say today. It's Sunday, but yeah, I think we should have the end of that in just a teeny bit. But once again, that is the final set of the winners, or excuse me, the round one as a whole. Already had two of the losers matches, one winners, and that is the final match or set of the winners. And we should have the entirety of the round one done and dusted. Usually, you know, round one is very quick. 3-0s across the board. Not so much this time around.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bit more back and forth. Maybe just because of the nature of the importance of this week, man. Week number 8, there's so much on the line. You said it yourself. Many of these gentlemen already confirmed in points to be playing for $3,000. But you know that's last loser set. It's so frustrating. It's so heartbreaking, man. You put in the work 7 weeks. No. Maybe get a top 8 here and there, maybe a top 16.
Really,
but, you know,
like,
you're gathering points.
Like half
but
a year, right? Of a total like accumulated effort, and when you're just shy of making it in for the chance to play for the money, it's like it's a real heartbreaker. But ultimately, this is what we're seeing is just the level of competition that we have here, and how like neck and neck things really are with people on Europe, and in this case, distinctly between Europe East and Europe West. Now, this is something that we don't have in the Open Series. It's the differences between both of these.
But you know,
yeah,
as we still have a minute or two, let's quickly talk about the tour as a whole. The Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. You know, it's finally, we're slowly approaching the end of the season. Once again, this is the final week. But we had so many across the past months, really. Once again, you are currently watching the Intercontinental Kombat. Oceania is done and dusted. Middle East is done. Currently watching the Europe East action unfolding. Top 8 advances to the regional finals to play for $5,000.
Yeah.
And we're almost there, Falcon. We're almost there. We're ending this week on a high note. That's for sure. And, the rest is up to the regional finals. Once again, official dates. Make sure to stick around to find out those, the best options to go there. Exactly. Yeah,
go check them out. Smack that bell if you so care, if you want the notifications every single time they tweet. And if you are really stoked for these regional finals, because it's going to be insane. We're going to have the sickest players that have been putting in so much effort throughout Europe East, West, and Oceania, just like on broadcast. And that is insane. I mean, we can't even begin to talk about like the Middle East top 8 bracket as well. Obviously, we've got some hard hitters out there. But generally speaking, when it comes to Europe, we've got really good players all over the place. Europe West and Europe East both have their own distinctive sets of players that are all really shining throughout this pro competition online. And, I'm really excited to see what happens by the time the regional finals comes around next month, about who's really going to be taking it. Are we going to see upsets? Are we going to see like the one player that's remained like the most dominant throughout the pro competition online start to take things very convincingly? Or, what's going to really occur? That's all what we're looking forward to,
it could be a shades of last IKK finals. We had Nivik once again, who was coming in really as a absolute underdog. I don't think anyone really was believing that Nivik could clutch it out. All of a sudden, with that patented upgraded Jackie, walking through with those people, beating video games, defeating a Foxy Grandpa in the finals, and finding himself in
such
Chicago.
A convincing fashion.
Yeah. Finding himself in Chicago at Final Combat just a few months later. Anything goes, but the mission is to make top 8 at least, so you can really, show what you got at the end of the season. Once again, for 5,000. We only spoke about Intercontinental Combat, really. For NA, it's going to be 10,000 each. So, there's even more to play for.
It's like 16 players. And, we only know just how strong NA is as a region as well, and just how many players they have out there. It's like you can only really, in all of these regions, whittle it down to less than 20 people. And that's just crazy, in regions that are full of so many good players that we could entirely, like a whole top 64 or whatever. But in reality, it's very cutthroat in these kinds of situations, you know, and competitive. You guys are playing for that, you know, it's a lot more at stake and a lot more effort and consistency that goes into the overall equation to come out on top. But yeah, we'll be back with the games as well, you know, soon. Be patient throughout all this. We have some unfortunate disconnection issues just occur, but either way, we'll be back up and running as soon as we're able to. And yeah, if you guys are rooting for anyone in particular, you know, in chat, about who you think is going to be winning tonight, or if you're looking forward to someone playing over there in Europe West, or even just looking forward to the regional finals, you know, be sure to tweet out with like the hashtag pro competition. Let us know your thoughts and everything about what you think is going to be occurring. I mean, EU West, we got players like, you know, Video Games Yo and Josh sitting super comfortably in those spots. Mirko as well. Just these insane powerhouses we've been seeing time and time again. Whereas on Europe East, we've got, you know, Nivek, Blood Eyes, Val, like, these super strong players discarded that are all just in that comfortable spot to really do their own set of damage. And, you know, just super good matches, I'm sure, underway.
I mean, make no mistake about it. This is going to be a long championship Sunday, man. We already had Oceania, Middle East, to a certain extent anyway. And, of course, EU East happening right now and EU West. It's going to be a long day, Falcon.
Yeah, yeah. And, I mean, that, honestly, we've only really just... gotten through round one, you know, to say the least. But at this point, it's going to be just a battle of who comes out on top at this point.
Battle of will, so to speak.
It could even be seeding, you know, like getting yourself better seeding by performing better in this top 8, by having those better points in case there's players you don't want to be fighting early on. And yeah, we'll have to see what happens, because Blood Eyes is looking really on point right now. So is Vityaz. And so is Disarded, in all honesty. Disarded is he looked really confident in his match against Omi.
He was, but once again, I think, even like, speaking of seeds, you know, 8th seed, you know, the good news is that you made regional finals to play for that money. The bad news is that you instantly have to face K-Top. I mean... Yeah,
and then you've only got one tournament life, most likely. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But regardless, at the end of the day, like, anything's possible, right? You could be fighting... Sure. You might be fighting K-Top, like, first thing, straight out the gate. But there's a chance you could win. You know? It's like... It's everyone at the end of the day is human. They're all mortal. But it's significantly hard when you have very consistent players that have not just been hitting, like, you know, 5th places or 4th places. This is like a guy that's been winning them, like, back-to-back and everything like that.
So we're still trying to figure out the current situation, but once again, I want to touch on what kind of situation we're finding ourselves in. Once again, I think it's fair to say that the top 6 is currently confirmed. So that is K-Top and Distorted, of course, H-Dope, who, to our surprise, didn't make top 8. He did enter this week, but, you know, the dream of them being 1st and 2nd seeds is unfortunately dead. Mr. Ramirez also finding himself pretty at, I think, what could be ending up 5th place. Of course, Vel. And then it's almost up. I think Blood Eyes, with 740 points, I think it's going to be impossible, of course, to overtake him. But other than that, I don't want to, you know, make a call there. You know, Nivek, Mercer, Magic T can do it, but Vityaz. I think it's going to be either Nivek, Vityaz, or even like Vityaz in the Omi situation. Omi is still in the run, of course. Let's not forget about him.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. He's going to have to win this whole thing. If he's able to pull that off, then, you know, kudos to him, power to him, because he's going to be making the regional finals. But
yeah,
it is a very difficult thing to do, especially having lost that first set 3-0 against Disarded. You're now fighting against, you know, your like your comrade, essentially, in the in the fact that you guys are the only 2 Turkish players out here, like, doing the damage in Mortal Kombat 11. And yeah, I mean, but either way, we're just trying to get the lobby issue sorted out so we can get the final game underway between Val and between K-Top, or a potential final game, I believe.
It was a 2-1 situation, and I believe the ruling is that that will be a restart. So I think the minute we start things over. So it's going to be a 2-1 situation in favor of Val. That's what it's looking like anyway. So hopefully we'll have this set underway in just a teeny bit. So once again, thank you very much for your patience. You're currently watching the IKK EU East week number 8, and we do have this set.
Shinnok's Bone Temple.
Yep, and we are finally over here. Thank you guys very much for being patient as well with us. The score is 2-1 in favor of Val, still as we had before. Just an unfortunate disconnect, but we worked through it, managed to get things back up and running. So over here, Val, only needs to win this one game, as we mentioned just before. And K-Top, still rocking that Cabal, locked to these characters. We're over here in Shinnok's Bone Temple. You can say hello to Shinnok in the back. He's a nice little ornament for this stage. Big combo right there from Val, trying to go for that cheeky cancel into the dash up grab, but didn't quite work out. Oh my goodness, that was a very interesting interaction right there. Tripping over my words right there. And a clean jump over K-Top, finding all the hits he needs to. Val challenging almost everything.
Ooh, good. What an anti-air though.
Poke it to the down back one. I can't even remember what it's called anymore. But the confirm from K-Top is gonna do it with that hook slam. Takes that round for himself. I mean, looking pretty good. Val just got clipped by almost everything in that round, to be honest. Look, jump kick again because he got caught in the back too. Very bold decision to make against the character that wants to play in the air, but the air Banshee.
Wow, what a confirm as well.
Better situation for him. Finds one there. Doesn't have the meter to confirm though, and blocks that Nomad dash. Absolute defensive resilience.
All over the place, getting the grab.
Got that Oki and that throw interactable to watch out for, but the instant jump back Banshee into the interactable I just mentioned for a nice 31%. Good way to cash out on that damage, but KB drops the combo.
That could have been death, I believe. Not gonna matter because this indeed will be death. And K-Top is taking us to a game number 5 here.
Yeah, K-Top. I mean, Val he was playing that last round a lot better, but it just got clipped by a lot of things in the first round, A lot of things, and then ultimately just couldn't really quite get that game for himself as we're going into a game 5 between both these players. Val, I hope isn't too shaken from that first game. Lest we forget, both players have been allowed to have time to kind of mentally reset as we've had, the disconnection issues from before. But, K-Top seems a little bit more confident than he was playing earlier on.
Cabal. Sindel.
No changes from Val.
Gonna be sticking with that Sindel, and for what it's worth, has been playing really well with her. It's just coming down to, I think, just kind of getting caught by the stray hits, and when you're playing against a character like this, you don't want to be blocking forever, so I can understand Val's commitment to try and challenge in the spaces that K-Top is allowing themselves to be challenged. We're gonna have to play a little bit tighter than that.
Round 1.
Still rocking the haircut in the air Banshee dash as well. See what he can make of it. Instant air Banshee right there with that jump back. Gets the KB straight out the gate with the Banshee scream though.
Oh man. Really pulling the trigger. 40%.
It's really good, but that forward 4 up 3 over commitment. The forward roll beat it. Val now had himself in the corner, but gets that back throw to change things around. K-Top now with his back in the corner. Oh, you're gonna stay there for too long. Confirm.
Too slow.
Yeah, fishing for the breakaway. I'm biting. Is Val.
Okay,
wow,
again.
What a confirm as well.
Oh,
and there it is this time.
He's gonna spend the KB here. Both players on Fatal Blow.
Disrespectful down one afterwards. It's a bit more. 1% left.
Did I cut you?
Yeah, the chip, because there is no breakaway, unfortunately, for Val. And right now, K-Top on set point, looking to drop Val into the loser's bracket.
Trey denying the Nomad dash.
Yeah, Val now fishing for that hit. Looking for it as best as he can. Staggers from K-Top. Not a threat. Great punish right there. Goes the full
Oh, he
string.
was ready. He was
How
ready.
do you be ready for that? Oh, the duck always but misses the punish.
Vel wants to take us to a final round, it seems like. It's the grab. I mean, K-Top still having that fatal blow. Locked and loaded. He needs one big confirm.
That was a really good anti-air into the haircut, but not enough. Just about clipped the Nomad Dash, but the pokes into the back throw.
Raw
Anyone's
low,
game.
perhaps? And there it is!
Oh, you called it! How did he... Yeah, he just knew he was gonna jump. He did the amplified buzzsaw to land faster and then made him want to jump for the air banshee, and then he did it! Oh, that was so smart from K-Top. With a miraculous comeback at 13.13 health, might I add.
I mean, that
It's an unlucky
down
number.
one, man. That down one was something else.
Cheeky little xylophone solo. Close that one out, as K-Top is going to be moving on, knocking Val down into the losers bracket. So we're going to see another Val and Vitya situation once again. You know, it's been a little while since we've seen that, but it's going to be a really tight set between those two. I can already feel it. And Val, you know, he's going to be moving on to fight against Disarded in the winners finals. Both players have been pretty, you know, on point when it comes to very high placements throughout pro competition online or open series. These guys are always over there. But as you can see right now, we got the two Turkish players over there fighting off against each other to lose round 2. The two Russians over there right at the bottom, and then the one last remaining Russian from Mystery Client Gaming, Disarded, playing off against K-Top in the winners finals. And that will all be round number 2, guys. So look forward to all the action that will soon be with you.
So we have 3 more flags. Where's Greece, Russia, and Turkey. So it's going to be in losers anyway, the Russian clash and the Turkish clash. And, you know, we have a little bit of a mixed situation in the winners finals back in a teeny bit. But before we continue, let's take a quick look at the Mortal Kombat merch store. Get yourself some t-shirts, some accessories for your phone. Head over to Mortal Kombat, Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat to get yourself covered in, of course, some Scorpion gear. What else would you pick? Of course, not going to be Melina, whatever. But go ahead and rep your realm and support the Mortal Kombat Pro competition. Looking fancy, might I add. Action will continue in just a teeny bit. For now, we're going to go into a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Action will continue in just a teeny bit. Stay tuned.
Hello, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the IKK week number 8 over here at EU East. I am Falcon, joined by none other than Mitsu Owens over here, as we're going to be bringing you all the action for Europe today, for both East and West. As we draw closer and closer, as we're now in our final stop before the regional finals, where everyone's going to be playing for a chance to win 5K over here in the Intercontinental Combat. How you feeling about everything tonight, Mitsu?
It's looking very interesting so far, especially once again, I can't stress this enough about the standings, man. So far, I did the math in this little break as well. It's looking like Mercer is guaranteed not to qualify. He was at the 8th spot, so, you know, at the cusp of qualifying. He does not do so at the end of the season, so unfortunately Mercer won't make the cut. VHS is currently at the 8th seed. So currently he's looking good. The only person that can overtake him so far is Omi. Omi needs to win the whole tournament standing now. But if Viches wins one more set, so that is the set against Vel in losers, he is guaranteed no matter what it looks like anyway. Don't quote me once again. So Viches really needs to lose in order for Omi to even have a chance. So that's, you know, it's not in your power anymore, but and I guess it's
really just going to be, it's your, at this point you kind of have to just hope for the best, right? Vichas and Val, it's going to be close between these people. I know, I can feel it. Like, we've seen these guys play before. They both know how to play against each other, so we're going to see a lot of player versus player matchup-based things, as well as character-based things. And, you know, Sonya versus Sindel, I'm not quite sure if that's in any character's favor, necessarily. But all I'm saying is these characters, or rather these players, have gone back and back before in the past, and Val usually tends to come out on top. Now, the thing about this is, like, if Val is able to beat Vichas over here and Omi is able to have a good run, things could really start to shake up. But for Omi to do that, it's going to be really, really difficult because you have to not only get through the person that's going to potentially beat Vichaz, you have to get through Blood Eyes first and foremost, and we saw just how he did against Nivek earlier on, looking really on form today. Really,
see how
really good.
this situation plays out in just a teeny bit. But before we get into the set, let's quickly talk about PlayStation Tournament Open Series, the presenting partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. PS4 tournaments are weekly competitions for all skill levels. Doesn't matter if you're a pro or just a rookie starting to get involved in the pro competition. Go ahead and visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center. Really the one destination for you to do so. Everything is pretty much set. Very easy, you get notifications. Just go ahead and visit complete.playstation.com. Sign in with your PSND, and you know, it's easy as that. Now, the Turkish clash. It's going to be Omi versus Blood Eyes. Let's see how this one plays out for Omi especially. Once again, for the Cinderella story to fulfill, he needs to win this entire week. And not only that, I mean, that's a task in and of itself. Not only that, Vichaz also has to lose his next set. I mean,
yeah,
that's just...
I mean, it's tough, right? It's really
rough.
tough over here. But Omi, you know, he's not going to be playing the Jade that we saw earlier on. Going to be sticking with Sub-Zero. Now, we've obviously seen Omi play so much Sub-Zero before, but Blood Eyes... Now, this dude has been one of the prominent Rain players, in my opinion, throughout Europe, especially in Europe East over here in the Intercontinental Combat. He's been, you know, just a very firm believer. And Blood Eyes doesn't exactly play characters that are regarded as top-tier characters, right? Just a very neutral-based player that likes playing Raiden Frost, and it does it quite well. But in the face of Sub-Zero, you know, you got to be a bit more careful about how you're playing these situations. There's a big damage differential between both of them, and the ability and how they can open you up.
Sector and I had an agreement.
Both died when I took his head.
Your clan will serve me, Grandmaster.
Round 1.
Here we go. The ever so important set. Losers round 2. It's going to be Omi versus Blood Eyes.
Yeah, and I'm sure these guys have played each other extensively as well. Back two checks, uses the full string. Omi not ready with the flawless block at the moment. Spends the bar, blocks the slide. That was a very risky thing. Now, that was a right read right there from Blood Eyes. Really unfortunate situation that didn't work for the armor break. With punish.
There's the back three. Yep. Pressing the corner.
Keeping him here, the staggers.
What a tech, though. So ready.
Yeah, Blood Eyes, really good reactions, but the down one ends crossover. Great awareness from Omi. Good anti-air, cashes out on 22% damage.
Wow, he finished the entirety of this ring. Gets the ice ball. Omi striking for his blood. Looking good.
Round 2. Fight.
Proving to be really all over the place and really overwhelming for Blood Eyes to deal with at the moment. The 1-2s, catches the back 3 string. No hit confirmed, though. Okay, Blood Eyes gets the side switch. Let the 4-2 into another side switch right now from Omi. Tried to get the follow-up, but dropped the combo.
That's a tricky one. Didn't squeeze in the down one.
Yep, instant jump kick. Great conversion as well from Blood Eyes. Gets a bit of carry out the corner. Ends in that tidal wave. Right now you can see he's just fishing for the ice balls at the moment. Looking out for the slide potentially as well.
Back one stagger. One more slide, I believe. All he needs.
Probably, but that worked out great for Omi. The instant jump button. Not sure.
Flawless block.
Oh.
And he's not getting the instant jump kick afterwards.
Yeah, I wonder if he tried to jail Blood Eyes over there, or if he just tried to use that really early in case in case Omi tried to anti-air him. Actually, but over there, yeah, just didn't quite work out. Omi takes that first game for himself. Looking a lot better, you know, I mean, we've known him to play Sub-Zero so much anyway. It just seems like he's a far more confident playing Sub than he was with Jade against Sub.
So, where are we going from here? Just sticking with Rain? It's a tricky situation, man. I mean, I'm not sure if they are training partners, but it's very hard to think otherwise. I mean, even more than training partners, you know. just buddies. Both Turkish. And he went random select?
I've never in my life seen Blood Eyes play Baraka, but if this is actually what we see, then I'm gonna get hype.
Wait,
Oh
hold on a
my
minute.
god, Mitsu?
Did he just go random select?
I don't know. I don't think he went random select, but if he's playing Baraka, I mean, I'm all game for this. We've had 2 Barakas over here at top 8. It's like the most Barakas we've had in top 8 in months. This is great. Gutted and Blade Charge. I personally am a believer in this variation. I think this is an extremely cultured variation, mind you. Every single touch you get is hurt. It hurts a lot. 4-4-4 right out the gate. The jump in, he's going to confirm this into Gutted. Straight into Blade Charge. Yeah, look at this damage. 30, like 30. Plus a little bit more to spice it up.
Go block, creeping eyes coming through. Wake up buttons though, the 1-1 straight into Gutted.
The delay on it, about 20% right there, because he didn't have the bar to confirm. He's gonna get, maybe gonna get a punish.
Oh no! Then he forced straight into the Gutted, should be death.
Yep, spends the KD over there just to be safe.
I don't know about all that.
Not sure about that one, but better to spend the cash than to let it go. You know, better safe than sorry.
Yeah. Through that, another wake up button situation, 1-1 straight into Gutted.
Yeah.
Anyway, everything is working out for Blood Eyes. What is this?
It is, but he doesn't have the meter right now. Omi getting clipped by everything. Blood Eyes with the surprise Baraka pick, just blowing up Omi's offensive patterns. Oh, the down two?
The raw down to Kuchon Benimbe. Factory is blocked. Straight to the chop chop.
Oh, I think that was the flawless block reversal. It was just slightly out of range. Omi gonna spend the fatal blow right now. Wants as much damage as he can get on the table at the moment, but ultimately this might be a little bit better for Blood Eyes if he can keep his distance. Oh my god, never even mind.
For good measures, with the flawless block as well.
Oh, mercy! And then he blocks the 4-2 and he punishes it. Okay, Blood Eyes. Okay, buddy. Ends in that Blade Charge.
I mean, this guy's really trying to send a message here. Forget about training partners and buddies. We are going to war. Blood Eyes.
Well, this is the last thing I expected. First off, to see Blood Eyes pick a character that isn't Rain or Frost, and of all characters, Baraka. Secondly, a Mercy at this point? This is... bro. Like... this is Blood Eyes being incredibly confident right there. But not only did he Mercy, he still won the game. Against Sub-Zero after blocking the 4-2 Ice Ball. I think there might have been a bit of mental damage, potentially, that came from that. Is this gonna happen? Don't play with our feelings like this, Omi.
There's still too much on the line. Let's not forget, man. Omi needs to win this. He needs to win this one to even have a chance of qualifying for the top 8.
He needs all of these wins so desperately, and right now it is 1-1, you know. This isn't in anyone's favor necessarily in terms of the score. But Blood Eyes has definitely inflicted a lot of mental damage potentially in that last game. Still rocking that Baraka that he's locked into, but we're going to see the same pick from Omi in a deep freeze, creeping ice. He keeps himself as safe as possible. He also has the amp ice ball. We're seeing shades of the last game right here. Pretty much the exact same sequence to start things out from Blood Eyes. And Omi now, you can see he's playing hesitant. Okay, the punish from the roll. Gonna go straight into the Blade Charge. Omi unable to break the situation. 30% though.
Staggers.
Oh no.
Look at the jump in.
Blocked.
And unfortunately, we have another disconnection situation, but I did confirm that it was indeed a random select, so think about that. Final week, top 8. The other guy has to fight for his life, quite literally, you know, to qualify for the top 8, and you have a guy here going random select, going with the Mercy, and doing all of that successfully. Think about that for a second, man, against who I thought was his buddy. I mean, that's just straight up disrespect.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, but in all honesty, I mean, if I were playing my friend in bracket, if they didn't, maul me in the most disrespectful way possible, I'd question if they were my friend, I'd be like, no, you're out here to destroy me, But for real, this is definitely it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I mean, Omi was showing signs of life. He was truly, like, just fighting back a lot more. Blood Eyes is, like, capitalizing on these situations just so much more often. He's like finding his hits, and finding those hits with Baraka comparatively to Sub-Zero, it's a lot harder. He's just got really well placed buttons.
It was working very, very good. I mean, random select and a Baraka. I don't know about you, but I've never seen him play Baraka before in tournament anyway. And he was just straight in. I think the very first thing he was doing was jump in 1-1 into gut it. The minute you do that, yep, that's looking like a Baraka through and through. Very interesting pick so far, man. We've seen Sonya, we've seen Baraka, not once but twice. We've seen Terminator.
Yep.
It's an interesting week, and there is way more where that came from. It's going to be a long championship Sunday once again. This is only EU East. We still have the entirety of EU West. We still have over the half of EU East happening. So buckle up, get your little snacky snacks, because once again, this is going to be a long one. This is going to be an interesting one, and I haven't even really looked into the standings when it comes to EU West, so that's a story in and of itself. But here, the story still is between either Vicious making top 8 or Omi. Omi is still in the progress. He's once again fighting for his life. He needs to win the entirety of this week to have a chance at qualifying. Vicious, on the other hand, has to lose the very first sets. It's an interesting contrast, but let's see how the rest of this top 8 plays out.
We'll have to. I mean, this is both player matchups, Omi and Blood Eyes, and then Val and Vicious. And then in the winners finals, we have K-Top and Desarted, two players pretty much known for playing incredibly offensive and really, like, consistently staying on top of their game. However, I wonder if we're going to be seeing Cabal again from K-Top when that comes around, or if we're going to be seeing, the Jackie pick that we've been seeing a lot, because a player like Desarted, I wonder what he's going to try, or what the plan is really for K-Top. Is K-Top's just out here pretty much denying as much victory as possible, kind of following that Foxy suit, so to speak. It's really just difficult. I think no matter where you are in this bracket, you're either fighting for seeding or you're fighting for a chance to be in the regional finals. And at this point, it's mostly just down to seeding. With a lot of these players, you just get yourself into a favorable position by the time the regional finals come around, so you have more of a chance of, like, making it through. Maybe there's players you don't want to play against because you might not play the best against them, or certain characters you don't want to fight against because they play those characters. It's really your time to kind of, like, rig it in your favor. But I think in Blood Eyes' maybe mentality is like, I've already qualified. I'm good. I'll just play and I'll just have fun with it, do my thing as we're seeing,
Could be, but you were talking about that, how these gentlemen are probably playing either for seeding or to make it to the finals. But here's K-Top, who doesn't need to play for any of that. He is already confirmed first seed of the tournament. So, he's just here to either get some more experience or straight up just gatekeep, because we saw many players, especially in the North American side of things, just straight up drop out the minute they pretty much confirmed. They did really well in the first 2 or 3 weeks, and we're like, all right, that's it. Let the others have a chance. Not so much here at the EU East side of things. K-Top is here to spoil the party for all of them. But we do have the rest of the sets underway. So once again, thank you very much for your patience, and let's see if this Cinderella story will continue for Omi, or if Blood Eyes with the random selects Baraka still, man. Random selects, mercying Baraka, continues to do the job.
Yeah, we'll have to see. See, change things up slightly by forward foring this time. The flawless block up 2 not going to work out for Omi. Okay, Blood Eyes is going to go in fishing for that hit right now. Omi not biting on anything, gets a punish on the gutted. Just a little bit too antsy right there from Blood Eyes. Alright, Omi now trying to establish all this pressure. He gets himself thrown out of the corner, though. Blood Eyes probably trying to fish for an escape, failed in the situation, but a back to Ice Ball, dialed in straight away from Omi, gets the follow-up combo and ending in that amplified slide to build towards that KB that we're going to see later on for sure. Okay, another back to Ice Ball. Omi really calling out these jumps a lot. Not getting blown up by them, but the up 2 trading with the meaty creeping ice. Omi getting that important round for himself. Now has a lead in the set.
Yeah, the jump in kick. Let's not forget about that. Only because we don't see a lot of Barakas, let's not forget about the fact that Baraka is one of the best jump-ins in the game. That jump 3 is very deceivingly hard to anti-air.
Flawless block, no reversal this time. Tried to get the cheeky down 2 off that -7, but the 1-2 blowing it up.
Oh no, he confirmed just whipping.
And speaking of whipping, yeah, clean whiff punish to the solar plexus right there from Omi. He's got all the pressure in the corner. Creeping ice, he used all the time, all this chip damage. Blood Eyes coming off of 2 bars right there. Blade charge reversal, not punished by Omi. Down 1 check, Blood Eyes now just staggering patiently. Oh, he tried it.
Will you mercy though? Will you mercy though?
Absolutely
no
not.
Mercy here.
He's got a lot to play for. I'm glad he's not playing with his food, right? But
I'm not confirmed.
2-1.
Yeah, I'm not sitting pretty in the leaderboards like you. I gotta work. Omi 2-1 over Blood Eyes. What will Blood Eyes do, man? Another random select, hidden random select maybe? Or, you know, will he take things a bit more serious? Let's find out.
We'll have to see. I mean, Blood Eyes, regardless of character, it seems, and he's just good at the game, you know? He's giving Omi this much of a hard time, but honestly speaking, we could see anyone. Oh, Melina? Is this the first time we've seen Melina in EU?
Yeah, he's just toying around right now. That's for sure. Blood Eyes is just, you know.
Is this variation named Duality? He is so cultured. Yep, he's actually playing Melina. Let's get on. Okay, this is a character I know a lot of people requested, but apparently no one seems to play. Right here, Melina. Being represented in Week 8 of EU East IKK by Blood Eyes, rocking extended string, side slide, and command grab with that stabby scotch. So we could see some interesting stuff happen. That's a really cool outfit for Melina as well, I'm not gonna lie.
Let's see it, man. The Baraka worked to a certain extent anyway. Let's see if the Melina pick.
Wonder he's got it in store for us.
Yeah, right?
This is a character we just don't get to see a lot, the low crush right there. Back to Omi, definitely trying to get as much damage as he could off that, but unfortunately just whiffed. What a flawless block! And a micro duck from Omi, answering back straight away, drops the combo, goes for the slide under. Reversal roll. Blood Eyes just keeping his distance. Start closing in, yeah. Omi is just so ready for these jump-ins right now, but the wake-up buttons right there, getting the punish for himself, ending in that stabby scotch. Overhead city.
What happened? Almost brought it back. One more combo.
Almost did. Just shy of that forward one connecting, but the 1-2 counter hit. Creeping Ice not able to confirm at the teleport.
Hold on a minute. 18% left. What's it going to be? The low?
No commitment.
Side toss? Watch for the teleport. Watch for the side toss. 20 seconds on the clock.
I was going to say watch for the amp ice ball as well, but now he's off that meter. This is a good position for Blood Eyes. Omi's still trying to get back that bar. Yeah, he's keeping his distance.
Watch the slide. 10 seconds on the clock.
Okay. Oh, just out of the range. Yeah, way too antsy from Omi. That was obvious. Blood Eyes was waiting for that the whole time, just staying out of range. Oh, wake up buttons again to punish the gap.
Tricky stuff. Really down 2. Good anti-air. 4-2. Finds its mark. Another drop from Omi.
Yeah, trying to get that optimal damage.
What a down 2 on that forward dash from Blood Eyes. Doesn't drop this one. There it is. The tricky stuff into the crushing blow. 8% left. Delay wake up.
Blood Eyes gonna need a miracle. He's got himself out the corner. Spends the bar over here to try and cash out on the damage. Has himself out the corner still. Stabby Scotch. This time we're seeing Omi on the defensive bar. But I was waiting it out patiently, teleport in. Yeah, that's all I could really. I think Charlie trying to make a read on the on an ice ball or something, but Omi wisely staying patient. Now Omi on set point, looking to eliminate Blood Eyes over here in this top 8. The 2-1 confirmed. 313 damage off that gets the end of the string right there. The throw portion for 10%. Wake up buttons from Omi. Amp ice ball to get the confirm. Good jump on that.
Oh, what a punish.
That was the first time he used the take throw, but the amp ice ball gonna connect. Blood Eyes now. Still has the breakaway. Doesn't block the forward 2-4, and that is gonna be it. Omi with mercy.
There it is! There it is!
If Blood Eyes can make a comeback right now, he's been granted life. Hand to this mercy.
Surely not. Surely not, Falcon. But I hope so. With your hype.
Love to see what happens. The standing 2 stagger gets opened up. Creeping ice, good block on the amp ice ball, but Omi now has no meter. Oh.
Yeah. Bit too slow on the grab. Omi seeing it coming.
Was to get himself a popsicle. And just like that. I mean, Omi, yeah, once again, keeping that run alive. Once he's now overcome the first obstacle. You have 1, 2, 3, I think more sets he's gonna have to win to be able to take this over here. But yeah, I mean, he's playing pretty good so far. Granted, we didn't see, like, you know, I mean, from Blood Eyes we saw some very, like, mysterious picks, I might add. You know, just things we haven't really seen Blood Eyes play. But at the end of the day, Omi came out on top, winning that set 3-1. And further down the losers bracket, we do have, you know, more of a menacing set on our hands with Val and Vityaz both playing for XRO. So Sindel and Sonya. Gonna be a tight one.
Looking like it anyway, and you know, you were talking about how, you know, he has still those obstacles in front of him, so that is Omi. You know, the other obstacle is Vityaz. Even though he doesn't have to face him just yet, he needs to lose. If he wins the next set, regardless, I think he just gathered too many points to be overtaken by Omi once again. Omi coming in at 15th seed, so it's crazy to think that it even has a shot in qualifying as a whole. But you know, a win gets you 350 points, so that would technically be enough to making it at 8th anyway. But so far, it's looking like Vityaz has that spot, and you know, he's not gonna, you know, drop that spot unless he loses the next set and Omi wins the entire week. So even if Vityaz wins the next set, that's it. Omi doesn't have a chance of qualifying anymore. That's what I've gathered anyway, looking at these numbers. So yeah, that's the story of the next set.
Yeah, man. I mean, Vityaz and Val, these guys are definitely going to go back and back, or back and forth rather, in this tug of war between both these players. I mean, it's always just been really, like, close, but really, like, anyone could win the set. That's the crazy thing, is any one of these players could win the set. If Vityaz has a really good performance right now, he's going to be able to snuff the hopes of Omi. And it's not just going to be a matter of, you know, beating Val. It's going to be if he's able to beat Omi after that as well. Because if he's able to overcome Val, both these players that are fighting for that spot really to qualify are going to be playing off against each other in losers. So that's a very crucial potential timeline that could happen. But first, we're going to have to see Val and Vityaz go head-to-head and see who comes out on top.
We'll have that set underway in just a teeny bit, so stick around to find out who does come out on top. If Vityaz surprisingly does manage to make top 8, I do believe that this set will be the deciding factor. Or if Vel, of course, will spoil the party. He doesn't play with pressure at all, sitting at 4th seed with over 1,000 points. Looking comfortably, Vityaz almost has to do the unthinkable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. You know? Both these players definitely go back and forth.
Your empire picked the wrong fight.
Nothing on Earthrealm can stop us.
2 words, bitch. Nuclear weapons.
Round 1.
Dang.
Fight.
Bit heavy-handed, isn't it, Sonya? As we start things off, you see that wave dash right there from Vichas? That was incredibly quick. Val starting it off with that back throw. But a punish straight away with a 1-1. Gets that link, but doesn't commit to the full thing. Maybe not believing in the confirm. Oh, definitely fishing for that trip guard right there. Val now gets himself thrown in the corner. Vichas, if he's able to capitalize on this, a lot good guess right there from Val.
Wow.
Went in for a cheeky throw, but a double down 2, still 30%. Unbreakable.
Another neutral duck. Getting anything out of it this time around? 6%, the drone drop. Word 4 is blocked. And Vichas taking the first round. So far, so good for Vichas.
Fight.
It's a back one though.
Did get that down 2 on the breakaway as well, which is really good for him. Flawless block as well. Fishing with that back one, not able to find himself the hit. Vichas now trying to get the pressure started with Val, answering back with that forward throw to knock him further towards the corner. Okay, the down 3 check. It's gonna hit that. A hair flip. Yeah, just using the low star screamer right there in neutral, right? Just able to low profile the rings, just kind of play it really patient. You can see him just trading blow for blow. He just doesn't want to use it unless he sees the rings coming out. Great reactions right there from Val. Clean anti-air into the armor break just in case. Okay, forward throw to start things off. Vichas can potentially build up some momentum. Just one wrong guess could be it. No,
you got it twice!
Yep,
And there it is. It took 3 times for him to confirm. Maybe just didn't believe in the overhead connecting. The low, however, especially with the cancel, getting its work with 51%, man. What a confirm. Of course, there was the breakaway.
Yeah, I guess he did that really like risk-free, right? Just using back 1-2 staggers a lot,
Right.
and then eventually just psyched him out. Third time went low, got himself the confirm into the fatal blow. I mean, at that point, Val has to break, right? It's just like, you may as well. There's no reason not to. At that point, it's really just death anyway. But if Vichas were to drop the combo, then Val could have stolen the round, you know? But ultimately, Vichas coming out on top in that game number 1. I believe we're going to see some... We always see micro-adaptations between these two, but we're also seeing them both kind of play around how each other plays a lot.
Shinnok's Bone Temple.
Yeah, man.
So, Vichas, 2 more sets between him and the regional finals. Looking good so far. With Sonya, nonetheless.
Fight.
Yeah, right now, down 3 checks as well from Val, trying to figure something out. Isn't that low star screamer? Good trade right there for Vichas. A tiny bit of a health lead. No, it does not. It's actually Val who has that, but a flawless block for the first time in honestly ages. We haven't really seen Sindel's 1-1-2 get flawless blocked, you know. Wake up punish from Val right there, the back 2 to extend the combo, ending in the haircut. We saw him do earlier on. Vichas now trying to control this space. Gonna have to work his way in just a little bit. Goes for a clean jump in on that low star screamer. Wrong range for you, Val. Using that ass whooping to spend the bar for 36%.
Watch for the crushing blow scream.
Really gotta watch out for that. Be careful with your space with the forward 4 check. 16%
left. Oh, he was trying. He was trying, but he got stuffed by the energy ring.
100% that was going to be a stolen round if it managed to come out. But luckily, Vichas getting away at the skin of his teeth, eats the Banshee Scream KB in the beginning of this round. Surely not the worst of circumstances right here. Uses the breakaway after 35% though.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Val didn't have another additional bar to make it hurt much more. Another neutral duck gets the cancel as well mid-screen. That is not easy.
Yeah, didn't drop it this time round. Val can find himself a confirm though with the haircut off the 1-1. Ends in the interactable for just about enough damage to close things out. Ties things up 1-1 in these rounds, but Vicious still with that game lead.
That was really impressive.
Okay, the low star screamer. Trying to get something started. The marching orders right there. That dropkick doing so much. 3-3-3 into rings. Oh, clean whip punish.
What a punish.
Okay, 35%. We are by that throw interactable as well. You gotta watch that. A lot of raw damage. Takedown. Oh, and the 1-1.
Wake up buttons though.
Yeah, Val's been so good at using that. Oh, the duck! Into the amplified
poke.
rings. Chip avoided. Last breath situation. Not gonna help out Val right here. He's gotta make it all count, but doesn't have the Banshee Scream KB. This is gonna be a real tough one. As the drone drop comes down to shatter the tailbone of Sindel. And Vicious now 2 games up over Val. They didn't expect it to be this one-sided so far. But Vicious is definitely hungry for blood.
Needing one more match. I can't stress this enough. Even though he's probably stressed enough. One more set between him and the top 8. To play for $5,000. That's rough, man. Just barely getting into it, which is of course very fortunate, and you know, barely getting denied entry to the top 8 to play for the cash.
Yeah, man. Either way, Vicious is playing really, really well so far. I mean, throughout every single set that we've seen him in at the moment, and just unrelenting Sonya gameplay, right? Shades of Op, I think, with this very high tempo Sonya style, you know, where you're using rings in your neutral, you're using them in your footsies as part of your footsies, really. It's like you use them to control that space, but then you're also able to change things at the flip of a switch, where you're in their face, you know, you're looking for the clean jump-ins, you're really just playing around what their options are, and how they have to respect the rings at the ranges that you choose to use them. Val right now, it's not like he's been doing anything wrong necessarily, it's really just been the consistency and the frequency of the hits that Vicious is finding with Val. Okay, staggers. Right now, Val just playing respectful, gets back his turn, unable to do much more with it. We're seeing pokes for pokes, respectful off the +1 as well.
Canceling, interesting. Probably didn't believe in the hit. Oh, another neutral duck. Man, he's been so on point with calling these neutral ducks out. Or grabs, I should say.
No, you're totally right. These down twos have been working out wonders for him. He knows that Val wants to try and throw you back in the corner. That tends to be like the squirm option from Val, is that when he panics a bit, he wants to throw you back in the corner, and Vicious obviously being incredibly wise to it. Okay, Val with a big hit confirm opportunity. Forces the breakaway off of Vicious. What an anti-air on the marching orders right there. That was a very funky one. Okay, we're seeing Vicious fight back the standing threes. Gets that back throw as well. Has a bit of a health deficit, but very close to the fatal blow. Very, very close. Okay, shimmies.
Pressing, yep. Very even. Raw down 2 though. What was he looking for this time around?
Not sure.
The Banshee Scream. Double fledged blows in play.
Okay, good defense right now and patience from Val. Reversal fatal blow. Oh my god, after all that! He was so patient through it and then just kind of threw it away. Making a hard read. Mercy! Again! Why is it the people that need to be playing for points are getting mercies? Oh, it's the armor break.
Man! He had me stunned! He is trying to qualify for the top 8 over here, and he's mercying?
I mean, that's just king energy, am I right? That is king energy. as Vicious takes it 3-0 over Val. In my opinion, a very unexpected result. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than it actually turned out to be, but Vicious showing why he is, you know, at the top of the top when it comes to Sonya over here in EU East. Just an incredibly strong Russian Sonya player, doing a lot of damage. And, you know, ultimately, much better position moving forwards now, but we're going to have that thing I was telling about earlier. We have Omi in the loser's bracket, who has to win the whole top 8 in order to actually qualify for the regional finals. Then we have Vicious over here. Pretty much a guarantee if Omi doesn't win. Now has the opportunity to deny Omi that chance and secure his spot right there. And that's going to be an all-important set that we're going to have on our hands later on.
I'm looking at the standings, and I think that's curtains for Omi, no matter what. Because he's guaranteed third now on Vicious, which puts him at 650 points.
To guarantee
Even if
third,
Omi
I think
wins,
he would have to be in losers finals. I think he's got to beat Omi to guarantee.
Excuse me, right. He's guaranteed fourth,
and
which
that
is
would put
even
him ahead,
enough.
right?
No, Vicious is at 620 points, and if Omi wins, that's 600. So there is no way for Omi to overtake Vicious.
So with that
point.
win, Vicious pretty much just solidified his spot in the finals.
Yeah, if I'm right,
did it with
don't
a
quote me.
mercy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you're trying to qualify here, and you're mercing people. No, that's not in the books. That's not how it's
Just
supposed
get him
to
the
be.
belt already. Just do it. Like, bring him the crown.
Right, that's high energy coming from Vicious, but I do believe that he is guaranteed to make top 8, and in what a fashion he did it as well. But for now, let's go over to the top 8 winner side of things. So that's going to be winners finals. It's going to be K-Top versus Dissorted. But before we go into that, let's quickly talk about Astro Gaming for a little bit, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. The audio that you heard, you know, across the past months has been brought to you by Astro Gaming. They've been supporting Mortal Kombat for quite a bit. So go ahead and check out astrogaming.com to see their officially licensed audio products available right now for some PlayStation headset gear. Now, we do have K-Top and Dissorted. It's going to be a first seed versus second seed situation. I mean, 1,700 points, and not even counting the ones he's accumulated today. How do you even get so many points? Over here, people struggling to get even to like 500, and these two individuals just going crazy throughout the entirety of the pro competition. I'm not even sure how many top 8 K-Top missed, if any. So consistent.
Honestly, for every top 8 that we've seen K-Top in, he's either won or gotten top 3, if I'm not mistaken. So regardless, he's always pretty much found himself in either the winners finals or the grand finals. And that level of consistency is crazy when you have a region that is, you know, chock to the brim full of really strong players. Right now, winners finals between both these guys decided showing off that new Sub-Zero that he's been playing so much of lately. K-Top rocking Cabal this time that we saw earlier on in the set against Valve. Dissorted has a significant lead in the life department at the moment. Short hop into that back two to bait the jump right there. Great confirmed 26% into the 4-2 creeping ice, the 1-2 creeping ice, and Dissorted just controlled that entire round right there in the corner.
Wow, oh wow, I'm so surprised I didn't get a pickup. That was super high in the air.
It really was. Dissorted holding on to that breakaway as well. Surprisingly enough, not too worried.
Oh, little walk back to get that back 3.
Oh my god, the patience.
Triple dash it into grab?
Okay, no confirm right there.
Yep. Didn't press. Fatal Blow's on deck, you know what that means. There's the favorite 4-2. Oh!
Oh, he had to read
He's
just
safe.
a little
He's
bit
safe.
too
He's
slow.
safe. Not dead just yet.
Started trying to find that hit, down one punish, 4-2 creeping ice, uses the fatal blow right there off the 2-1, and that should be the game right there for Dissorted.
Came back in time, that fatal blow. Had it ready.
That was really
Wow.
good timing from Desarted to know when it was going to come back. I wonder if he was counting the fatal blow in his head after it didn't work out the first time. Because that was like the moment it was available, he was able to use it, right?
I didn't even hear it.
I feel like he was, low-key, I feel like he was actually counting. Like, after he missed the first one. But really good stuff either way from Desarted. I mean, that was a very dominant game. Albeit, you know, it's Sub-Zero. People can say what they want about Sub. When you're playing against a player like K-Top, he's already beaten Sub players, you know? It's like, K-Top's already been winning, like, the pro competition online weekly. Like, it's just like that. And albeit K-Top's on a new character, they're still a strong character, and K-Top's a strong player. And for what it's worth, Desarted's playing pretty well against someone that has already dished out so much damage to pretty much the entire part of this region.
So 1-0 Desarted. No changes from K-Top. Straight back into it, into the winners finals.
Staggers right there into the back throw. 13% goes for the polar axe as well. Use that breakaway nice and early to deny the combo possibility for K-Top.
Always ready with that OS. Man, oh man.
Oh my goodness,
that
the down
works.
two, just let it rock.
Man, are these gentlemen button friendly. Look at that.
Definitely down one advocates in their entirety. Forward throw right here, gonna give him the Oki, maybe looking for a safe jump. No, he's not. The 1-2 meaty doesn't mind hanging his back in the corner. This is now only chip situation that's gonna close it out for K-Top, but... Oh, wait a second. Didn't go straight into the fatal blow, he used it there! Why would you break Desarted? Oh, no!
What a choice.
That was a really questionable decision. I'm perplexed, really, but K-Top, 2.12 life, manages to take away that round right from underneath Desarted, pulled the rug right from under his feet.
K-Top having all the momentum right now. Delayed grab, throw escape coming through, yep.
The flawless block right there from Desarted, being ever so vigilant. Roll punishing the back two. You can tell Desarted backed off a little bit, trying to catch the roll just in case it happens, but a little bit too shy on the distance. K-Top now answering back really hard. Short hop into the slight gas, has all the pressure on the world. Staggering, finds himself the hit into the hook slam. Amp is going to be enough damage with that. And ties things up 1-1. I mean, that just looked like after Desarted broke into the fatal blow, just seemed like he was playing with very low morale after that.
It went downhill from there, that is for sure. K-Top being at the driver's seat. So 1-1 situation. Zero respect earned. So I wonder where we'll go from here. Pretty sure, safe to say that K-Top has stopped playing around with his food. You know, no more Terminator here. To be seen, Desarted, Sub-Zero through and through, by the looks of it.
Shang Tsung's Island Ruins.
So let's see how the rest of this set will be unfolding. Yep. No changes there. From Desarted as well.
Yeah, probably just going to be sticking with the Sub-Zero. Wants to rock it out and see how he does right now, but started with that flawless block. Again, punish right there from spacing things out with the back three. Gonna go for a bit more damage over here. Drops the combo, gets counter hit by the 1-1-1. You see a counter hit again. The 1-2 creeping eyes.
Oh!
There's that sweaty flawless block right there from K-Top. Gonna knock Desarted towards the corner. Right now we're just seeing a lot of staggers. A lot
Very
of staggers.
tricky, man. Very tricky to be attacking there as well. So many things you have to technically react to. Try to anyway.
It's true. Okay, it confirmed from K-Top to try and get things started over here. Ends in the hook slam. Both players with fatal blow.
Nice with though, no breakaway this time from this art. Very tight situation. What's it gonna be? A jump in? Of course. He's not biting. Oh my goodness! The tray was enough. What was that? Down one hook slam?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Just about enough. Really good decision right there from K-Top, who manages to make another comeback. That's like 3 times throughout the day alone that he's done these miraculous low health comebacks right there. Commitment from the start as well.
Clutch player through and through. There it is. Breakaway being red.
Okay, the forward throw. So he's got the Oki to work with. A jump back 2 instantly to challenge him straight out the air. K-Top being really ready with it. Desarted now has himself a really low life in the corner and it's going to get opened up by the 1-1-1, but no confirm from K-Top.
Wow.
The slide gets checked by a down 4. K-Top now has the lead at 2-1.
I'm very surprised it didn't confirm out of that 1-1-1. Not that it matters really, but you know, usually very on point with the confirms. Even things that are way more tight. Not gonna matter though. Convincing game for K-Top, taking us into a 2-1 lead in this winner's finals. Sharpening his blades for the top 8 regional finals. Once again, make sure to follow at Eneris Esports on Twitter to find out the dates and times regarding the top 8s. I mean, it's really going to be almost a Mortal Kombat festival, man. EU, of course, the IKK, so that's Oceania, Middle East, EU. You have the NA, North American League.
Yeah, a lot of
course, the
really
Liga
stacked
Latina
brackets from all over the world. Really, we're
it's
a bunch of really prominent players from everywhere.
Always something special for sure. Conclusions of the Mortal Kombat Pro competition. Almost there.
Okay, checks right here. Seeing a lot of pressure right now from K-Top. He couldn't find a hit until just then. Gonna get the full combo and extension right there. Desarted holding on to that breakaway. Doesn't want to use it too haphazardly. And the micro walk forwards into that back throw. Gives K-Top the OK. He's gonna go for the dash in. Great challenge with the air to air. Being wise to those setups now. Started not wanting to play Mercy at this point. Be victim to K-Top's offense.
And he's out. That is so strong that he's just safe.
Good block and punish right there. He's gonna get the round off that.
Wow. I mean, when do you ever see that interactable being blocked? 5%, does he get it? Yes, sir. Wow, that was barely enough, I think. 40%.
Round 2, fight.
Sorted not giving up just yet. Trying to take us to another game 5 here. Needs one more round to do so.
Trying to make it happen. The 1-2, no commitment. Any special at the moment, staggering a lot, using the creeping ice as well to try and just open up that space, get a bit of damage, but the down 2 tries to get the down 1 pickup, just a little bit too short. Now Desarted, a significant health lead at the moment, but the raw Nomad dash.
That was risky stuff from K-Top. Another 1-1-1 that was not confirmed. Just didn't believe in it seems like.
Really didn't. Trying to get the punish was Desarted, just missed it. No confirm from K-Top, but he gets one for himself right here. Ends in the hook slam to spend the bar because that's all he needs. Desarted wisely not breaking this time as we are going to a final round over here. K-Top on set point, looking to make Grand Finals winner's side. In the final week of the EU East Intercontinental Combat. And this is really like number 1 and number 2 seed fighting right now in the leaderboards.
It's looking like it as well, right? It's evenly matched.
Okay, escape failed. Gonna have to hold on to that one. The down 2 just whiffed. No follow-up combo though, and no confirm from K-Top. Could have been huge for him.
Oh no! And that should be enough. Yeah, keeps him standing. That was gonna be a break regardless, and I don't think there is a mercy coming here. For sure
Most
not.
likely
Yeah.
not.
No.
That's right.
K-Top
I just
doesn't
saw
play
you
around.
drop easy friendship 3 times, K-Top. I saw that. I saw that.
Maybe he doesn't have him anymore.
I'm just kidding. Either way, moves on into the grand finals winner's side. Decided played really well throughout that set, but ultimately, you know, K-Top did what K-Top does best over here in the intercontinental combat, and that is very much overwhelm the other person. And we saw just that. You know, it was pretty much just that through and through. So K-Top with this fresh Cabal pick, making himself that grand final spot right there, looking really comfortable already in the first place on this leaderboard right now, has now just added a bit more spice to the pot by flicking Desarted down there into the losers bracket to fight against the winner of Vityas and Omi. And regardless of anything, at this point, Vityas is pretty much, you know, the shoo-in to be in the regional finals. But they're also still played for seeding. You don't want to go into regional finals as the bottom seed and play against K-Top first. No bueno, honestly. It's not very good. Yeah, that's probably the last thing you want. But in reality, you know, it could do a lot better for himself. I mean, Vityas, honestly, if he can pull off this insane this story right now of being able to win this week, which is very much within his grasp, if he's playing as well as we've already seen, if not better, then it's very much possible. Very much possible. But before we can get into all that stuff, I'm going to give a quick shout-outs to our presenting partner, the PS4 Tournament Open Series. So if you've been watching Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition, Open Series, anything like that, if you want to get yourself involved right there, compete.playstation.com, you'll see a very familiar interface. Link up your PlayStation account, get yourself signed up. No matter what skill level you are, there's always a form of competition for you to get yourself involved with and play Mortal Kombat at the highest level you can go. And as you see right here on the bracket, you see Mystery Clan Gaming's Desarted over there in the losers finals after having dropped that set to K-Top. K-Top obviously sitting in the grand finals, the winner's side very comfortably. But the set that we have in our hands between Omi and Vityas could have been something potentially like big for Omi had Val won his set. But unfortunately, just missed out on that possibility of making regional finals. So at this point, you know, could just me making it a bit difficult for Vityas, or really just go with the mix, right? Just showboat it at this point.
I think, you know, if you're Omi, I think you almost want to lose. You know, not that I'm saying that he's truthfully whatever, but it would be so much more frustrating, I feel like, if Omi wins this. Because he could be like, see, I'm better than him, I deserve this more than him, but you know, it's just more than 1 week, it's more than 1 bracket, it's 8 weeks in total. So, I don't know how to feel about this one. It's a bit a salty match, if I feel like.
To be honest, I mean, it's really just down to the player's level of consistency throughout the 8 weeks, right? And at this point, Vityas with that nasty tick throw as well. I think that normals the back 3 with Sonya. Oh, back 2 again. Omi's been really good at using those throughout tonight.
Yep. Good pickup.
Down 2.
That's it with the short top though.
Yeah. Now, Vityas has definitely been like a shark inside blood-infested waters tonight with this Unleasher Gene confidence that we're seeing. Where he just knows when to just play super aggressive and when to commit to things. Unfortunately, commentator's curse right there as he tried to get a whiff punish, which didn't really work out for him, and Omi capitalizing with that damage in the corner.
Wow. Back to anti-air. Getting a grab. This is looking very good for Omi so far.
Yeah, the down two straight away.
What's with all these down twos, EU East? They're all working as well, it seems like.
Just big brain down 2s. That was a very tricky thing to anti-air right there with the marching orders. That dropkick from the air, the jump to... It's ever-active hitbox. No overcommitment for Vityas.
One more. So many short tops. Surely not.
Oh my god. Yeah, the down 1 on hit. That was...
Squeezing in the down 1. But once again, man, let's not forget, Sonya doesn't have the best mids.
Very true. Great punish right there from Vityas. Backed off just a bit. He's got this. You can see Omi's just trying to swerve his way out. He's just holding all of this in the corner as he's now down to just under half his life. Short hop 3 gonna connect. Staggers. Doesn't duck the ring and now eats the KB for his troubles in the back one too.
Wow. We haven't even seen the left side of the corner, I feel like.
We haven't seen the left side of the stage.
Right? It was just straight up bullying in this right corner. All these short tops, can we talk about these short tops? What was that, 5 that hit its mark?
Honestly, you remember earlier when I said Shades of Op? It's exactly the same thing, you know, it's like, and I know that Azerbaijan will do it too when playing online. It's like this thing about when you have like, 1-3-4 and then you've got down 3, it's like conditioning people with short hop 3. It's a very online thing to do, but frankly, it works a lot. And it's good that we're seeing these players confidently go for that option that's conditioning their opponents, because it makes them scared. It's that quick overhead check, right? Even though it doesn't get you much damage, it doesn't get you a combo, it gets you a knockdown, puts them back into that situation where they're just getting so overwhelmingly frustrated in, right? This cauldron of like pressure that they don't want to get opened up because then they lose so much life.
So 1 apiece for, 1-0 to Vityaz.
Round 1. Fight.
Feel good, man. When he makes it, ends this set as the winner, I think that would feel good, man. Especially, going into the situation that we have for our hands.
Yeah. No, there. He's gonna find that low, he's gonna confirm into the amp ice ball for the less scaling. Nestle 30% over there. Throws the poor monk. Didn't really deserve that, but that's what he's there for, I guess.
Good blocks from Vityaz.
Okay, commits to the overhead this time. Omi unable to break the situation. He's gonna eat this whole combo. 32%, gets caught in the back roll,
wow.
And then the down 2 to close things out. Vityaz
might have been a read,
that.
really.
Yeah, honestly, just called him out straight away on that back roll. Okay, Omi now he's got some health on the board. Done some damage to Vityaz. A good way to start. Probably looking for the amp ice ball, but Omi doesn't have the bar to use just yet.
Man, Vityaz played that so smart. He knew he didn't have the amplification for that ice ball, so man did he play it smart with the energy rings. The minute he got that bar, it was a bit more timid to throw an energy ring.
Yeah, definitely. Just good awareness. We're seeing from these players. Once again, controlling this space, making it a lot harder for Omi to even use the sand ice ball. You can tell Omi's still trying to use the ice balls. Gets the trade for once, it works out for him. Gets himself a nice bit of damage, has a health lead. Vityaz sitting on Fatal Blow now, both players on it.
Oh!
And a double amp ice ball. And close things out over here without needing the Fatal Blow.
He was so successfully playing around these trades, but Omi finally getting the one that mattered.
What a flawless walk right there as well from Vityaz. On the wake up, Omi dropping his combo, gets down 2 for his troubles. Nice pick up with the down 3 ass whooping.
Side switch. Gets the combo, the tricky stuff, into the crushing blow for 40%. Gets another back 3, surely to the jump in.
Vityaz tried to up 2 over there, but Omi right now keeps him on his toes, and the down 2 off the creeping ice spacing. Clever stuff.
Man. These down 2s are something else. Those past, 20 seconds were all Omi. 1 apiece. If only Omi, put in the work prior to this week.
Yeah, it just
this would be a totally different situation.
Just didn't have the runs I'm sure you would have wanted. The general placements and stuff. I think Omi came into this top 8 with 250 points.
Yep.
And then if he had managed to win, that was 600, which still isn't enough. It's like at this point, yeah. But I think given future aspirations and things like that, who knows what's on the horizon. If there are other things like this, then we could see Omi having learned from this experience, having grown as a player. But ultimately, it's impossible to predict. But back over here in this set, I mean, Vitchas is looking pretty... He was looking really good in that first game, but Omi managed to tie things up, starting things off with that forward 2 into Ice Ball straight away. Tries a forward 2 slide, but a missed, rather dropped punish from Vitchas. Very costly. Okay, marching orders. Gets the crossover. 4-2-4 is completely whiffing right there. Ends in the rings, backs off to try and get the roll, but doesn't get the punish. Naomi overcommitment.
Shades of game number 1, man. This is bullying in the corner.
I mean, once again, he blocks the low, he doesn't duck the ring, and that should be the round. 950 HP, not gonna matter.
Yeah. He needs about 43%, but as you said, this is 40... and that's it. Yeah, Sonya. That's Sonya for you. 950 health. Otherwise, I'm not sure if that would have killed.
I don't know. Honestly, it might have still killed. We all know what it's like. Oh, drop punish again. Vitchas playing a little bit nervous.
What an anti-air. Lots of zoning. Getting up the space. She's almost there.
Yeah, I tried to go for that jump in, probably fishing for a marching orders. That drop kick right there gets the air to air. Ends in the ass open, keeps himself safe. Short hop 3 gets blocked.
Finally. Only blocked, but punished.
Okay, Vitchas can steal this away with one good confirm into Fatal. Should be the game, and right there, 1-3.
What a whiff punish, man. What a whiff punish. Didn't even need the last hit. Man, she's very vulgar.
Fight.
Very dirty mouth. There's the block on the slide. Back to the right corner we go. Almost there. The drone drop.
Yeah, oh my goodness, nope. Just a bit too antsy with that slide. Okay, Flow's block on the amplified ring, didn't have the bar to go for the reversal, but right now, Vitchas trying to answer back. The short hop pick blocks the takedown. Oh, no punish, but 4-4 takedown anyway? And it worked, and the 3-3 into the ring is going to be enough damage. Close it out. Vitchas now 2-1 over our lone Turkish survivor over here in the top 8.
You say it like that, but he took the only other Turkish fan out himself.
That's true.
That's the brutal nature. Yeah, right? It's the reality of this top 8. So 2-1 for Vitchas. Omi playing really for glory, so to speak.
Sub-Zero.
Sticking with Sub-Zero. I mean, I'm not sure if Omi tried other characters this season, but I remember even in the first pro competition season that he was playing Sub-Zero.
Well, Omi predominantly has played Sub-Zero, but I think we've seen Omi play Joker and Jade, and that's pretty much it.
Of course, Jade, yeah.
We've seen like any other characters from Omi. Okay, good. I don't think that was intentional right there.
You probably didn't even see it, to be fair. That interactable.
Yeah. Got punished, gets opened up right there. No confirm from Vitchas, wasn't able to get much more out of it with punish for the end
quite a bit, it seems like, man. Oh man. Oh, he was too fast with the anti-air. Back to.
They're gonna end in that interactable as well for a nice chunk of damage.
There it is, the awareness, man. Doesn't get the jump in though. It's a 4-2 though, straight into it. Didn't mess around with the gravity one bit. Just wanted straight up damage. Good situation for Omi. What's it gonna be? Wake up, fatal blow? Not gonna matter.
Yeah, the creeping ice to close things out. That's all he needs.
Round 2. Fight.
Omi right now, he's just trying to answer back at the moment. Vitchas, he only needs this game right here if he's able to win this to advance on fight off against Disarded, but Omi putting a substantial wall in front of him, trying to give him a nice bit of a hurdle to overcome. Not
There it
making
is. That's the
easy.
trade he needs.
It is.
One
I
or
think
two. Built that crushing blow.
really doesn't
Another
want
one.
to. Yeah, now Vitch's playing with fire over here, really.
Ouch!
Alright. Destruction of the ribcage. Yeah, that drone drop's gonna get punished by the ice ball. Full screen dashes in all the way for his punish right there. Rather, his combo opportunity.
And there it is. It's just too many trades. He can't take all of those.
Oh, it spends the KB, enough for the kill. Yeah, these trades are just... I don't know, man. I question why he's still trying to play around them.
He might be just greedy. I mean,
Maybe.
to be fair, it was working very well in game 2. If I recall correctly, but here, what was that? The 4th trade that got him the game?
Yeah, give or take.
And it's just not worth it. Not a teeny bit. If it was a close situation, yeah, I get it, but... You know, we've seen him being able to confirm even like almost full screen, especially with that slide crushing blow locked and loaded. Which was enough to take it, so it is another game 5 situation, an evenly matched set between these two.
Stand down.
Black Market Alley.
Been
On a
really
set.
back and forth. I mean, this is
Yeah.
really the furthest that Vitchas has been pushed so far, right? And that is being pushed into this game 5 situation. So over here, I mean, we saw Vitchas lose the game earlier to Magic T, didn't lose a game to Val, and now in game 5, both of these guys trying to get a shot at running against Discarded. For Omi, that's a run back opportunity. For Vitchas, that's I guess just destroying someone from the same reason who's just in your path at that point. And K-Top's just chilling out here. I think he's completely stress-free, you know, just sitting comfortably in the grand finals. But the game 5 over here between both these Pirates in EU East. Yeah, you can tell Vitchas now forced to approach.
Oh wow! Short hop on the rising ice? He was trying to do something funky. Almost worked as well, it feels like.
There we go. That's what he was looking for in the last game. Finally got it this time. Okay. Omi eating that KB nice and early is going to be good for him going forwards in this final game. Nice and good. The 4-2 confirmed right there. Drops the combo intentionally, probably baiting out the breakaway. Trying to go back to this style of throwing out ice balls and making it hard for Vitchas to approach. Yeah, this runaway game is working out so well for Omi. You can tell Vitchas is just struggling to make his way in, and the 1-3-4 just a bit too much. Omi getting that wake up punish is now on set point.
Fight.
I don't know how to feel about the set point, Falcon, man. It's just... It's a tricky situation, man.
It's tough.
It is, it really is.
But it would give Omi the confidence he needs going forwards as well if he's able to pull it off right here.
That's true.
Hold back to ice ball straight away. Yeah,
It's just
reading
too
that
fast.
entirely. Punish on that instant jump one.
The back one. Confirm with the creeping ice. Here's the trade situation again, maybe? No. Close
Oh
the
my
distance. Eating it back
goodness.
two regardless.
Just out of range, but Vitchas gonna get the wake up punish into fatal blow.
no.
That should be the round right here.
Oh, sure. This is Sonya.
Yeah, this fatal blow hurts.
Yeah, for sure. Boot to the face. 399. Double match point. Vitchas versus Omi. Russia versus Turkey. What's it gonna be?
Fight.
Omi with the first big hit. No breakaway available. Almost 40%. Stuck in the corner as well. Only matter of time.
Got himself a
There's a
hit.
jump.
Okay, oh no, that is not good for Vitchas right there. Omi gonna get
Was
that
trying.
amplified. Yeah, gets the amplified slide. Very big health deficit. Gets the punish.
Wow, in time as well. Uh-oh.
Last legs right now for Vitchas. Really hard. Omi just patiently waiting it out. The 4-2 creeping ice is going to be
Wow.
enough damage right there as Omi
Wow.
eliminates XRO Vitchas in the losers semifinals and gets a chance at the run back against MCG Discarded in the losers finals. What a run so far from Omi, am I right?
I mean, it's bittersweet, really. It is bittersweet because Omi has lost his chance to qualify for the regional finals. You know, Vicious took his spot. I think it's, you know, I'm over exaggerating, but you get what I'm saying. He took a spot and, you know, he's beaten him. So, you know, that's just so much more. Makes things just a bit more complicated and conflicting. But, of course, Omi's doing very, very well. And, you know, I think, wait, that's a guaranteed 3rd place. And that is a guaranteed 230 points. So this week alone, he's almost doubled his points. 7 weeks, he's managed to gather 250 points. And this week alone, 230. What a run from Omi. And let's see if he indeed can take the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll have to see, honestly. I mean, it would be a really good run for Omi and for his confidence and stuff. I mean, he's had a significantly difficult path so far. But, you know, before we can get into all this stuff, have you ever checked out Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat? Because if you haven't, look at all this stuff right here. I mean, you get yourself merch that got character themed. We have any of the apparel that you want from the pro competition online, whether that be Intercontinental Combat, North American League, Liga Latina, you name it. You can get all your merch over there. Go check it out. Get yourself some cool Mortal Kombat swag to rep your roam, and we are all gonna be a-okay. But either way, you know, it's like this run for Omi could have been like you said earlier, the Cinderella run, right? Really could have been, but it just didn't. It's just unfortunately not attainable right now. So really, Omi is just playing for pride, and honestly, I respect it. You know, being the last remaining Turkish player over here in the bracket, and also taking down your friend and also rival, I suppose, in this bracket, has been doing really well for himself, and now has a chance at that run back. But before we can get into that run back, we're going to throw over to a quick break, so we hope to see you guys in a very few minutes. That we'll get on with the final bits of EU East IKK week number 8, top 8. We'll see you guys soon.
And a very warm welcome back, and welcome back to the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition here at the EU East week number 8. It's almost done. Everything what I've been saying for the past 3 hours about points and math, did way too much math for a fighting game. Throw all of that out of the window. None of that matters anymore because everything is said, done, and dusted. So let's see how the rest of the top 8 plays out. I'm Mitsons, and I'm still joined by Falcon.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thank you for all still being here and for watching these awesome Mortal Kombat matches that have gone underway so far. But we only have 3 sets in our hands that are going to take place, or 2 sets rather, that are going to take place for the remainder of EU East over here in the last stop for the IKK. Now, as you can see the bracket right here, over there in the losers finals, we've got Omi with this really incredible match against Vicious just before the break. Going to be getting that run back opportunity against MCG Disarded. Now, I wonder if we're going to see the Sub-Zero and Jade again, but as you can see, K-Top, you know, no stranger to the grand finals. You can see him sitting comfortably at the top. The lone Greek representative comfortably also in that first place position on the leaderboard so far. Will Disarded is in second. Omi, on the other hand, unfortunately doesn't have the chance of making regional finals anymore. Just won't be able to accumulate enough points, even if he wins, to make it past this point. So at this point, I've said point too many times now, but literally points are completely irrelevant, as Mitsu said earlier. This is just a battle of pride more than anything to close out week number 8 before we show off EU West later on this evening. But run back opportunity for Omi. I'm sure he's hungry for it. He's still going to be playing that Jade, and we're going to be seeing that Sub-Zero that we've seen throughout the evening on Disarded.
Round 1, fight!
So another Jade pick from Omi. Really trying to nullify those Iceball shenanigans.
Instant air-to-air as well. Disarded. Clean whiff punish with the back 3. Backing off just a little bit. Sub-Zero shenanigans right there. That was a very interesting hit sequence, but gets the punish on the full string.
1, 2, 3, 4. And the interactable. The awareness, man.
Really good use of damage without having to spend that KB. Instant down 1 challenge on the stagger off the stand 1. And the forward throw to close out the round. Disarded looking really on point. A lot of aggression being shown. Pretty much shades of what we saw first set of the evening. Omi's got this glow active. I'm not really too sure how useful glow is against discarded Sub-Zero. He's not really using many projectiles that much. A lot of it really is just staggers and whip punishes. Omi keeps him standing. 1, 2, 4. Keeps him jailed as well. Down 4 checks, but the instant jump 1 counter hit right there from Discarded gets the launch off the stand 3 Rising Ice.
I think he was looking for a whip punish there. So with the Rising Ice instead, 400, and that seals the deal for game number 1. Discarded on the board.
Yeah, really strong way to start off the losers finals. Discarded with this fresh Sub-Zero pick. As well, you know, anyone that's familiar with Discarded knows he's been playing Shang Tsung for a long time. Anyone that doesn't know Discarded, I mean, I'm surprised if you've been watching European Mortal Kombat, but generally speaking, yeah, from playing Shang for such a long time at such a consistent level, now switching over to Sub-Zero, still managing to find a way to enforce his own game plan, right? And we're seeing there's big differences as well between how he plays Shang and how he plays Sub. He's not doing the same thing near enough at all.
Sub-Zero.
Uh-oh. Here we go then.
Mirror match time, boys.
No more Jade. It comes down to this. Sub-Zero mirror.
Yeah, that it does. This is going to be a rough one. I mean, Omi, he tried this in the last, but ultimately Discarded is the one that came out on top. It looked a bit bleak for Omi, but now he's betting it on Sub-Zero. So happy to go with the mirror match. Clean whip punish to start things off as well.
Back 1 on the back 1 whiff.
Counter hit as well, backing off. Didn't get the punish on that slide. Discarded gets himself a nice chunk of damage, goes to that meaty jump 1 in the corner.
I believe the 1-1 gets a 4-2 instead.
Yeah, Omi not opting to use the interactable in the corner for the extra damage. We're going to see a side switch from Discarded just out of range of the forward 2. Not going to connect. The late jump into the forward throw. Got himself a lot of pressure started. Omi sitting on the fatal blow still. And then just, yeah, standing 1's a standing 1 too. Is really, really clever.
Too many staggers for Omi to handle. He finds himself stuck almost. This left corner. Oh no, missing the standing 4, yeah.
Oh, interesting. I don't know what that was, but Discarded really trying to make a hard call-out read right there. Omi gets a swift punish on the board for himself. Speaking of punishes, though, trip guarded straight away from Discarded.
It's like he's so fast. I think he can squeeze another back two. Because he does it so early.
I think it scales too much. It might be why he's not going for it. But the 4-2 Rising Ice in the corner. Again with the Rising Ice extension, ending in the KB, almost 50%.
And there it is, the Sub-Zero special.
All of that into one wrong guess into the fatal blow.
Oh man. That is rough.
That was a very good round for Omi to steal away as well, considering Discarded just came off that 1-2-4 KB. Getting a big damage cash out at the end. No longer has access to that anymore, but on the left side of the stage you do still have that throw interactable for a nice extra bit of damage.
Wow, he was still in time with the punish. Oh man, he's getting those standing 1-2 so many times and he's just not getting those confirms. Probably just looking to stagger.
Oh my god, the instant air-to-air again. Discarded is in Omi's head right now with that chase down forward 2 slide to close it out. And Discarded now 2-0 over Omi. Going off a very prominent Sub-Zero right out the gate. I've talked about it plenty before, but genuinely speaking, I mean, he's playing Sub-Zero very comfortably, very confidently, and this is not something that, I mean, and to be in losers finals, still inside, you know, the top 3 guaranteed placement in such a stacked tournament with Sub-Zero alone, he's doing well for himself.
Sub-Zero.
But there's probably a bunch of people crucifying my words out there like, ah, it's Sub-Zero! How dare you talk highly of him!
Don't wait. The good news, Falcon, is they're crucifying you no matter what you say. It's just one of those things where you can't say anything nowadays.
That's a reads right there. You tap the temple. Like the hard calls. Nah, but in all honesty, when you watch good players, right? When you're playing at this kind of level, right? These characters aren't playing the game for them. You're watching the players play these characters in ways that are exceptionally annoying and very strong, and they're able to utilize the character's strongest tools, right? That's pretty much what we see. Oh my god, the instant slide to challenge straight away forward 4. Slide again from— oh, what?
Ooh, a slide fest all of a sudden.
Oh,
back to back though!
This is what we're seeing. This is the mirror match we wanted.
It's going downhill. It's going downhill, Falcon.
Oh no, this might just be the greatest Mortal Kombat 11 I've ever seen.
Is this the peak? Is this the future? I mean, it is Chronica's stage.
Oh goodness. The 1-2. Slight change in dynamic. We're not all slides now. And the 4-2 fatal blow straight away. Should be the round right here for this
boy, oh boy. Match point disorded in a very questionable yet very entertaining fashion.
These slides are hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, oh, starting it off again with one right there. Disorded. Instant jump in, confirmed into the ice ball. Ends in the slide, why not? Okay, Omi getting off that KB. 34% slide punish into KB again. I love it.
He did a raw amplification as well. What? We're sending in the slide. What else?
Oh, jump 2 not gonna work out for Omi.
Do a raw fatal blow. Do it raw. Do it raw. Do it raw. Do it raw.
Not gonna matter.
No.
Ends in the brutal in style. And Disarded with another 3-0 victory over Omi. He's gonna be moving himself on into the grand finals against K-Top for a run back of his own.
I mean, you know, when I said at the beginning of this segment, you know, throw everything out, what I said about points and all of that, I didn't think they would take that literally and throw out all these slides. Like, you know, it's still tournament, but that was a very exciting set, especially that game. So Disori once again taking the run back as well, and is trying to get the run back as well against K-Top as he advances into grand finals as well, coming from losers.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's been playing super on point throughout the entirety of the Intercontinental Combat. I mean, that's obvious, considering Disarded is second in the leaderboard standing. And K-Top being first, it's no stranger to the grand final spot for either of these players. And Omi, unfortunately, didn't quite have the run throughout the entirety of the IKK, as I'm sure he would have wanted, but who knows what the future holds. Either way, before we can get into grand finals, we're going to give a quick shout out to the audio presenting partners, Astro Gaming. So we want to give a huge thanks to them, the official audio partner, the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All of our caster audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of this season, so everything you've been listening to is straight through their gear. And yeah, just head over to that website you see at the bottom, astrogaming.com. Go have a look at all of their officially licensed PlayStation products. Super comfortable headsets, really good sound quality, and that mix amp you see on the left, that thing is actually broken. That's the gear right there. It's insane. I never realized how much I was missing until I started using it. Like, I'm being genuinely serious. It's broken in a good way. Like, it's so good.
Watch your words, Falcon. Watch your words.
Hey, all I'm saying is don't nerf. All right, like, keep that nerf hammer far away from the mix app. It's an amazing bit of kit. But you in grand finals, I wonder what we're gonna see from K-Top. At this point, we've seen him mess about with some Terminator, but the most success he's had throughout today has pretty much been with Cabal, Disarded. To be expected is probably going to be still playing the Sub-Zero that we saw him on earlier on.
Sub-Zero.
So here it is then, potentially the final set of EU East, man. Wow, 8 weeks it has been. But you know, time has just been flying really, man. All happened
really
so
has.
quickly. Yeah, right. Feels like not too long ago.
Time's certainly flown by when we're all stuck at home, I suppose.
Just one of those things. Here it is then, grand finals. Disarded versus K-Top.
starting things off with a slide. Not going to work out for him as the 4-2-2 is going to get confirmed straight away. Now he's going to find himself in the corner with 30% health missing. Okay, there's the punish. I wonder if that was a flawless block reversal from K-Top right there, but Desarded now he's going to have to win this twice if he wants to take Grand Finals, of course. He's in losers. K-Top, instant neutral jump too. Catching him straight out the air. You can tell K-Top was an MKX player right there. Very unafraid to let that rock. Instant flawless block reversal. Gets himself a nice corner switch right here. Cashes out on the damage with a knockdown for 31%. He had to, I mean, I guess he had to break over there, because if Desarded can make him guess wrong once, like that, 4-2 fatal blow.
I mean, how many times? I think in, you know, the top tier robbery tier list, I think Sub-Zero would be like top 3 at least.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, and
yeah.
for sure, probably in the entire MK history timeline. Like,
oh no! He tried so hard to whip punish.
It really didn't work out for him, man. He tried to whip punish that, but yeah, he just got clipped by it. But that was a really sick conversion off the air to air.
Man, is this a funky match? Look at all that movement! If I even
floor-
can call it that!
The floor is scalding hot, my friend. Literally lava. He just refuses to stay on the ground, but this is, I mean, why would you?
This is really hard to call.
Okay,
Alright,
whiff
gets the
punish.
victory.
Yep, keeps him standing. The Rising Ice gets the breakaway.
Oh, this might be
Challenges.
dirty. This might be dirty.
Oh,
Wow. Out of all things, the MK Classic down 1 into a grab. Keeping it simple is K-Top.
Fight.
I really admire K-Top's dedication to challenge in those situations. That was a very scary thing, but it's good that he didn't lock up under the pressure. Managed to tie things up 1-1 between these rounds. This is still game number 1, by the way. This actually feels like it's very long. But right now, we're seeing scrambly gameplay, hits for hits, blows for blows. As we're seeing trades, and Desarded is just playing from the heart right now. Clean, confirm. Force the breakaway, the wake-up fatal blow, not going to work out. In the face of that meaty, Desarded taking that game for himself. You're now 1-0.
It's a very high-paced match, that's for sure. I mean, yeah, go figure with 2 of these characters, Sub-Zero and Cabal. There's no much turtling, really, when it comes to these characters.
Oh yeah, now both these characters, like, will just steamroll you if you give them any bit of momentum. And in that case, I think it's really just a matter of, like, 2 players trying to fight for that momentum, trying to fight for the dominant control in the set. But really, it's quite scrambly, you know, because we're seeing a lot of, like, you know, Desarded was challenging a lot of people who were jumping with instant jump-ins, right? Like, instant air-to-airs and stuff, just, like, absolutely making those calls. K-Top, on the other hand, has almost no reason to play on the ground. So it's like we're seeing really interesting micro-adaptations coming. But we're also seeing so many scrambles happening between both these players, where they're just, like, hitting each other, but neither of them can really, like, capitalize too heavily off the situation.
Round 1. Fight.
Game number 2. Oh my god! I saw the throw OS from K-Top, who didn't get a punish, and then instantly got crushed for his return throw by Desarded, who starts things off with 37% to raw Nomad Dash! This is like the 2nd or 3rd time he's made it work for him. Hardest of reads for K-Top right here. He's gonna send Desarded towards this corner, goes for that meaty jump in. The pressure keeps himself safe. Checks in, flawless blocked straight away from Desarded. Good presence of mind. Didn't have the bar over there, but the KB is definitely going to hurt him. This time, K-Top not dropping the combo, going to get a full cash out and the round for it. 37% right there. This is something I actually haven't seen as frequently from a lot of, you know, European Cabal players and stuff, is kind of using back 1-2 down 2 KB at all. You just don't really see it used as much as I guess K-Top has been using this top 8. Okay, discarded. Can confirm. Gonna cash out on that KB, spending it right here,
Wow.
43%.
Yeah, he's fishing quite a bit for those flawless blocks. Getting it that time. Air to air, straight into down 2. In case of a breakaway, gets the jump in though.
This is a really good round for Discarded right now. Gets the Rising Ice into the down 2. All that unbreakable damage.
Oh, looking like a bait. He was ready for that 4th roll. 1-1.
It really was. Flipping him right there with that string. And a confirm straight away. Now these are confirms. These are not jump kick OSs for anyone that might think that hasn't played Cabal. His Slight Gas is an aerial special. You can't get the OS with it. Once again, confirms from K-Top. Okay, throw escape. Good challenge from Discarded. Forces the breakaway from K-Top. Okay, whiffed jump-ins right now. Discarded trying to fight back. Good block on the overhead. Gonna get a full punish over here. No meter to break away for Discarded. This is gonna hurt a lot. 38.
It's a miracle.
It really does. Oh, could have been a big hit right there. Wasn't ready for the ice ball. And the forward 2 is gonna close things out. K-Top tying it up 1-1.
So, if he confirms the air slot gas into a jump-in kick and gets the hit, can he confirm out of that as a OS? Air slot gas into jump kick OS. Does that work?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I
That
do
might
think so.
work. That actually might work.
Right.
Because you've already used up the one Slight Gas you
Yeah.
can use in
Yeah,
the air.
yeah.
In theory, I think it could work, but I'm unsure for certain if it does.
Once again, don't quote us on anything.
Alright, Fear Disc says, yeah, it works. Take your word for it. In which case, then, I guess the raw Slight Gas is towards, you know, into the jump kicks and then confirming those, or rather, those are probably OS'd into the Nomad Dash, then yeah.
Round 1. Fight.
Right here, yeah. K-Top only needs these 2 wins to take Grand Finals over here. Of course, both these players are in the top 2 spots for the regional finals, already sitting comfortably qualified. Breakaway forced off of Discarded.
So fitting now that you mention it, man. We have a grand finals consisting of first seed and second seed. That's sick.
Yeah. K-Top reversal. Flawless block right there. Doesn't have the bar to extend this combo at all, but he's got safety, got throw techs, and there he's also got wrong guesses. As they started, he's gonna knock him into the corner. Has a fatal blow on deck still. Instant jump 1 not gonna work out for him, but the flawless block reversal straight away forces the breakaway off Discarded. Sorry, off of K-Top. The back throw gonna close it out.
I saw the startup of that forward too, man. That would have spelled trouble.
2. Fight.
Wow, so late! Seemed like that up 2. Spend the crushing blow.
Doesn't. He wants to hold on to that one. Important resource for the later stages in the round.
And he's out.
He has the up 3 just about connecting. Extending far enough. You can see it confirmed right here, ending in that hook slam for the reposition. Unbreakable 2.
There's a grab as well. Man, it's looking so stressful to play Cabal. I mean, both play as Cabal and play against him.
Yeah. I feel like you're just chilling if you're playing Cabal these days. It's just like, I will jump back to you and Slight Gas towards you. Oh, and speaking of jump intos, clipped him out that fatal blow right in the beginning.
Good blocks, man, but you can only block so much.
And the up 2 into down 2. Really good call out on that jump in right there from K-Top, as he is now 2-1 up with only one more match to win to take it over here at Grand Finals. Final stop in the Intercontinental Kombat EU East.
The down 2 was the best thing he could have done because the way he hit that up 2, I'm not sure if he was behind him or in front of him. Doesn't matter if you just down 2, it's gonna
It was enough
correct
damage
them.
regardless,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It was
exactly.
just
Yeah.
guaranteed. So like
Smart
at that
choice.
point, it was really curtains for Disarted, but we're seeing good stuff from him. And there is a lot of potential that I'm seeing with his Sub-Zero, The K-Top as well, playing a fresh character. We haven't really seen him play competitively over here in the Intercontinental Combat with Cabal, and seeming pretty comfortable with the character so far as well. I wonder if we're going to see like the full transition towards Cabal instead of Jackie, or if we're going to see Jackie, pulled out at regional finals too. But that's what the future has, and we can't predict any of that stuff right now. We get into a potential final game, grand finals.
Good whip punish from Disarted. Not ready to go out just yet.
He is not. Look at that jump too. Instant air to wear. What a great confirm. Corner carry and 31%. Counter hit down 1, poked straight away by Disarted. And now you see K-Top trying to fight his way at the corner, but flawless blocked straight away by Disarted. Didn't even give him a chance to do so.
Look at all those jumps, man. Look at that. Air to air, though.
Okay, forward to Rising Ice. Can't see K-Top break any of this. Now, obviously got thrown out of the corner. That's alright for this round going forwards. But we're seeing that round going in favor of Disarted doing what he needed to do to get enough damage to kill.
Rightening the needle there a bit with that air slide gas. Again!
Oh, the throw and the down 2!
I saw the Star Up Falcon. That could have been disastrous. Escape failed as well. Watch the back throw.
Be real careful of it. There's
We're
the
into the
hit.
1-1-1. Yep, spins the bar.
Instant flawless block right there from Disarted. Not letting him get away with that down 2 on wake up from K-Top. Probably reading that throw. Disarted just needs that one back throw. Nice pickup. Not enough damage
Beautiful
to kill. Block on the short hop attack. And that is enough damage right there. Ending the brutality. We're going into a 2-2 situation, looking for either a reset or a tournament win in this game coming up.
I mean, what other way to end the final week of EU East? First seed versus second seed, 2-2, evenly matched set. I mean, technically, this would have to be a reset, just going by the book. Just going by, how things should work. Let's see if K-Top decides to spoil the party and take us home early. It's one more.
We'll have to wait and see. K-Top still going to be rocking that Cabal. I think this is to be expected, probably going to be rocking Cabal throughout the entirety of this grand final set. Disarted, on the other hand, played that very well, and we are just seeing constant micro adaptations, and they're still carrying things over from the first time that they played each other today as well, from the winners finals, making adaptations even from then.
Round 1, fight.
Hey, starting it off with a slide.
Oh, Disarted.
Very ballsy gameplay right there. But it worked out for him. Gets the breakaway now from K-Top. K-Top best not get opened up over here because it could hurt him.
Oh, K-Top, you whipping.
Really do. Got whip punch clean right there. Good block on the overhead though. Knew that one was coming. Forced the breakaway from Disarted.
Ouch! Big crushing blow.
Gets himself that 21%. Uses the KB, better than not using it at all, but I do think he could have gotten much more out of just the Nomad Dash confirm. Good throw escape from Disarted.
And look at all these staggers, man. They're paying out. Flawless block is ready. Surprised there was no up 2 this time around. Usually seems so confident in them. Wow! Into nothing! To the delayed grab, what's it gonna be then? Ah!
Playing with a mind. How did he jump over the down 2 there? Oh, what, the anti-air?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, man. I think K-Top could have just fatal blown there.
Round 2.
I think so, but
Even in
Either way now,
case
I
of a
guess he
breakaway.
has it. Nice pickup. Off the air to where K-Top now gets the knockdown. Oh, Disarted once again jumping his way out the corner, punishing that 2-2 string. Mistiming the meaty is K-Top.
Oh, almost there with the punish. K-Top finding his way out. Reversing the situation. There it is again, the up 2, man. Those air slide gases now working out so well anymore for K-Top. Remember, Disarted on reset point here. This game failed though.
He really is, but escape failed. I mean, oh, the down 2, he's gonna get the pickup as well. Drops the slide. It's a little bit too high. Trade for trade right now.
Oh, I think that was a bait. I think that was a bait. And it's not gonna matter. Oh, a little sign of disrespect here coming out from this artist. Mercy then. No, not gonna happen. And not even a friendship. This artist means business. We do have a reset. It's 0-0. Completely new set. We are working overtime. The final week of EU East. The Intercontinental Kombat. The pro competition.
Well, either way, K-Top kind of let that one slip through his fingers, and Disarted came out on top, getting the reset over here in the grand finals.
You know, thinking about it, I think maybe K-Top was just a bit too greedy. It was like, yeah, I could kill with the Fatal Blow, but let's just, you know, let him drop and break away, and I'll just, you know, chip him, whatever. But that didn't work in his favor at all. Dropped the round, and, you know, evidently Disarted with the reset. Can't even get the word out. K-Top going back to Arnold.
Interesting choice right there. He's going to be rocking with that Terminator pick that we saw earlier on, rocking that TDE, Cyber Rift, and Running Man. For anyone that is a Terminator fan, I'm sure you're feeling it right now. You don't get to see a lot of him being represented in this day and age, but K-Top pulling it out. Ready to bring it again.
I mean, you know, I'd love to see Terminator win a tournament. Can we see it? Can we see it, K-Top? Hey! Oh wow, I'm surprised that wasn't the ice ball. Raw slide, but a bit too short on the punish.
Wasn't the right punish. This is character unfamiliarity right here for K-Top.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like 5 games with Cabal, it's all different with Terminator. Gotta be ready. So Arctic officially in the lead now. This final set. Smoke assist and ready for the pickup. Wow!
Yeah,
wow! They didn't connect.
Freeze over there. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Don't allow for it, unfortunately.
Wow! That's interesting.
To be honest, I didn't even know that until just now, but I guess it makes total sense to me.
Well, other people can like swag like crazy, but okay, interesting. I wonder if the same with the one interactable and Chronicas, whatever. That stage with the time crystal.
Yeah, Chronicas keep maybe, but over here we can see a confirm into Fatal Blow is going to close out the round for K-Top. Give him the old thumbs up and the smile.
Wow. Almost 48. Speaking of robbery, man.
Final round. Fight.
Alright, catches him straight up the air right there. Gonna get a punish on that up two. Keeps him standing with the shotgun too. Yeah, forward two. I've said two too many times over here. The back 3 punish from Disarted. Gonna get the Rising Ice. Confirm over here. Knock him towards. Okay, instant jump 3s again. I wonder what K-Top is fishing for.
Yeah, the Sub-Zero Special Man back 3, empty into walk back into the full confirm. More stuff from this art. K-Top teleporting all over the place. A drop! Not gonna matter though, I'm not ready for it.
And the forward 2 slide, not enough damage because he didn't have the KB right there. The interruption!
And the low!
And he gets wrong.
Oh no, K-Top! You almost did everything right. It was looking like a miracle comeback with that interruption. But the down one.
That crossover whiffing was just an unfortunate choice of pressing the wrong button right there, you know, it's... But, yeah, I mean, Desarted capitalizing on the situation, gets an important game on the board for himself, once again carrying on this momentum that he's had throughout the final set so far. He's basically gotten 3 games in a row. I'm pretty sure it's 3 games in a row, yeah. It was 2-1 in K-Top's favor before the reset.
Oh, hold on a minute. We've reached that point.
It seems that now K-Top has stopped playing games.
No more
decided,
gimmicks.
You know what? I'm just gonna go back to the character that I caused a lot of grief with.
Let me remind you real quick why I'm the best in this region. Jackie it is. Well, talk to him then. Jacqueline.
We're gonna see a lot of explosive damage coming out of both players, but the air-to-air once again started being so on point with scouting out when players want to jump at him. Double grenade launcher gets the full combo pickup over here. 325. Okay, the Rising Eye's not close enough to connect, and K-Top finding himself a combo over there, ending in that KB. Combo from a counter hit right there, the +2.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's just dirty. K-Top feeling right at home. Going with his main. Yeah, looking like a charm. Look at that.
Yeah. It's like the training weights definitely are off, chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a whole Rock Lee in the tuning exams moment right here. The +2. The forward throw from Desarted. He's gonna have this Oki to work with, but a meaty throw not gonna work out for him. K-Top didn't get much more off that punish, saving it for the pressure.
Wow. Slight walk back to get that punish. Oh, good chase from Desarted. Hit it raw, unblocked, the ice ball. Yeah, retaliation, not surprisingly, from K-Top. And even the fatality? Yeah! Oh, I think it's personal all of a sudden. Usually he's one to friendship. He usually goes with friendships. K-Top, that is. And is punching that little Chronica balloon.
Yeah, but no friendships here.
Yeah, sending a message.
On top of that, I'm not even gonna lie, right? The Chronica balloon beats Jackie in her own friendship, okay? She beats Jackie. It's like, at the end of the day, she gets the last hit. That's not a friendship, that's an L. You gotta hold that. Nah, but in all fairness, like, this is when K-Top means business, right? Is when we see him play the character that we've pretty much has been the character he's played throughout the whole pro competition online so far, and the reason why he's first in the leaderboard standings. He's just playing a character that has exceptionally high damage, good tools, good buttons, and he's playing them in this very aggressive way that is very asphyxiating. You know, if you get opened up once, the situation that follows that is so overwhelming to deal with as well, because you're still burning. So, at the end of the day, I mean, Desarted has been playing out of his mind so far. I mean, getting the reset alone has been really good for him, but he's still got a big hurdle to overcome if he wants to win this grand finals.
Uncharacteristic drop as well from Desarted. Finish.
Yeah, getting that down 2 as well.
Still 28 almost.
We talk about the fearlessness right there from K-Top as well, to just forward roll into the 4-3, track down Desarted, catch him being a little bit impatient potentially. Okay, instant air-to-air right there from K-Top. He's gonna get the back throw over here. Now, this is still a scary situation for either player. It's really a one-touch into death. Okay, jumps over the sweep. Started now, he's trying to get some of that chip on the board. Back 2-2, not gonna work out for K-Top. Luckily, doesn't get punished in the recovery after the crossover. Okay, very late, trying to look for the hit. Started playing so patiently, not overcommitting to anything.
With all those blocks, man. Defensive wall!
Oh, in the back one. Such magnificent patience from Disarded as well. And also, just a good idea to take the throw and, you know, just not really fear too much. Wait for his moment. As you see, clean pickup, 22% almost. Into it, jump in, confirmed. Disarded, this is entirely him right now. He took that teabagging personally from the last one.
I mean, he's working on a flawless, let's not forget. Using the blue stuff, not so much anymore. But still. Interesting choice from K-Top. Probably trying to just, you know, get neutral a bit more, reset the situation.
I think he just wants as much damage as he's going to get right now, and if Disarded broke, it was going to be a lot more, right? Okay, the forward throw is going to close it out, though. The brutality, I'm so glad we got to see that. Shades of MK2 shoutouts. But, yeah, man. Disarded now has a really good position in this grand finals. It is 2-1 in his favor. And after he was down 2-1 before the reset, this is pretty much going his way. So K-Top, he's going to have to play even better than he has been so far, because this Sub-Zero pick right now, I mean, Disorded Shang was strong, but this looks like it fits him very well for the kind of player that he is.
So what else could he be surprising us with? No, no surprises, no. Jackie, through and through. No more games. And I mean, to be fair, we could see this very set at the regional finals. So of course there is no playing around right now.
Yeah,
not anymore anyway.
Well, either way, a potential final game right here. K-Top going to have to try and bring this around to a Game 5 situation. But either way, we are seeing a lot of BM coming out of both these players at this point in the grand finals. But you know what? I am totally with it. Like, I'm totally with it. Because if we know they're playing heated, this is even better. Okay, confirmed right here from Disarded. He's going to end that a little bit early. Doesn't want to overcommit and drop the combo. Forward 2 creeping ice. K-Top is going to keep him burning, keep him standing right here. Started not wanting to break. It's a lot of damage.
No sweat.
Defense once again from Disarded.
Yeah, he's really, really patient with his defense, and it's paying off magnificently for him. K-Top now struggling to just find an opening hit. Patience once again from Disarded. Once again! He just waits for his moment, picking and choosing his timing so well. He is on set point after this reset with an incredibly dominant run so far. K-Top blocking that forward 2 rising ice. There's surely a breakaway right here.
Plus.
Okay, plus frames again. Once again. Hey, whip punish.
Hey.
K-Top is not letting this go easy. Challenged on the plus 4.
That's probably, yeah, he's just trying to get out of the corner. Successfully so. So far anyway, that's 1-4-2, and the dirty stuff, the blue stuff is out.
Yeah, the chip. And clever stuff from K-Top right there, doing what he needs to. I've never seen that Jackie top before. That was kind of cool. What? That was actually kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, after Disarded didn't commit to the forward 2 into anything, he really just kind of set himself up for losing that round. But here we are. Disarded now still needs to win this round if he wants to take grand finals. K-Top trying to fight to avoid that happening and go to a Game 5.
That's the big back 1 confirmed. Does he break away? Yeah, real late breakaway, 30+%, already 8, and he's gonna get more, 40%, 4% left, and blows up the fatal blow attempt. Disarded is your EU East Week 8 champion. Can't even get the word out. I think K-Top has had enough. Dropped out of the match. And there is that.